Our live. Roll up, everybody. Gather, come and join. One man went to more. We are back at it again. It never stops. Why should it stop? We can't stop if they don't stop. So the big beast is here. That bald-headed or your man. I am on your screen. You should be with me. One man went to Mo. That evening session that you know now is something that's a regular fixture in your diary. So you should have diarized it and you should already be in attendance. I am here. Where are you? Important matters to go through as ever. You know how we do it and you know why we do it and you know what we do. But for it to have any meaning, we need to do it together. And for us to do it together, you need to be here. So it doesn't stop. The one thing I can't guarantee you is that I will offend you more than several times in the course of this interaction. I will say something that will jar your senses and you will take offense too. And if that doesn't happen, you have my permission to unsubscribe and never follow again because I will offend you. Not that I'm setting out to, but I will speak to it as I see it. And that I find often jars the senses. So your senses will be jarred, but that is just par for course for what goes on in here. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Only water. Water. Only water. Where they see ma. Water. 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 Only water. Where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Chifu fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosona ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe by the Kegites. And that is a prayer that we all concur with. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. So Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. As guys, I bring you this. I am in Republic of Benin in solidarity with Sunday Igboho, not on the run. So obviously, Professor Akintoye was following the last session that we did, and very quickly he has gone to the media space to respond to your favorite or your man, one man went to mow. So Professor BANJI Akintoye responds to one man went to mow. I am in Republic of Benin in solidarity with Sunday Igboho, not on the run, a headline attributed to the good prof. So we go through that. So through that we go, but first, actually, I'm adding some additional stories to this one because some stories have emerged in the space since the thumb print for this particular session was put out. So first to what is contractually obliged. After banning Nigerians, UAE signed visa-free agreement with Ghana. So I'm bringing this story. It has an international dimension and it only has like a quarter Nigerian element in it, but it speaks to something that is emerging within the space where people are jettisoning Nigeria and looking to places like Ghana. So we saw Twitter set up their headquarters in Ghana when they were distributing the vaccinations for the pandemic. The African hub, the West African hub for the pandemic vaccines, was in Ghana. So the United Arab Emirates, which is essentially Dubai, Abu Dhabi, they are now giving the Ghanaians unfettered access to their country whilst they continue to restrict and constrain the Nigerian. So we're looking at that and we're asking the questions why. We're asking rather the question why. So we'll explore that. Now, this that has just emerged into the space, ex-Imo State Governor Okorocha to build tuition-free Islamic University in Buhari's hometown Daura. So, of course, I mean, that should just be something that we should. I'm looking forward to what people have to say about that. Also, looking forward to what people have to say about this because I say some of these things sometimes. I did start off in my opening monologue to say that I'm almost certain to say something that would offend you. And I said that not because I am going to set out to offend you, but in the course of expressing political thoughts, I will no doubt express some thoughts that will jar your senses and offend you. And this next story now is an example of that. So this story now speaks to the IPOB's sit at home on Monday. And when they announced this sit at home, I was then in previous sessions saying that the way that IPOB essentially runs that sit at home is by coercion and by force. And that jarred the senses of quite a few people who were quite taken off put by that comment. So to that space, anyone who dares come out on Monday in the southeast will regret their life. IPOB denies suspending sit-at-home order. So this is the thing that I was saying. It's by coercion and by force and by intimidation, oftentimes that these people these people carry out these sit-at-home things that they do. And in their own words, anyone who dares come out on Monday in the southeast will regret their lives with their life, a headline attributed to IPOB. So we'll be exploring that space as well. So plenty to go through. And the DUNAMIS5, those people that were, or DUNAMIS, whatever it's called, that church where people were rounded off for saying Buhari must go on their t-shirts. So these people were held in DSS detention. They have since been released, but in the course of being in the DSS detention, they interacted with Nnamdi Kanu. So one of them now in video form will be expressing that interaction so we get to watch that together. So all of that to go through. So sit back, kick back, charge up your glasses. Coffee, if you drink coffee, then please make sure you're drinking your coffee black. And if you put milk in your coffee, then please get off this channel immediately because that's the most uncivilized thing that I can imagine. People putting milk in coffee. You shouldn't even put sugar in coffee, never mind milk. So if you want to drink milk, sorry, that's just an aside. If you want to drink milk, but please don't put milk in coffee. I don't know why people do that, but please don't do that now that I'm telling you. So charge up your glasses, hot chocolate, glass of brandy, whatever your whatever your picadillos are, whatever your predilections are. So gather yourself together and let's go through the throes of it. To the care guys one more time, and we get into it. To the care guys.
Kulẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mu dòdò jàre o.
Erukulẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùjó.
Erukulẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjì.
And there we are, Akoko Orumeiko. So let's get into the narrative. I am in Republic of Benin in solidarity with Sunday Igboho, not on the run. Our Professor Akintoye chimes back to the space. The apex leader of umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination groups, Ilana Omo Odua, Professor BANJI Akintoye, has reacted to media reports that he left Nigeria to escape the plot of the Nigerian government to arrest him. Reacting to the news report in a statement made available to journalists on Sunday by his communications manager, Mr. Maxwell Adeleye, the emeritus professor of history said he is in the francophone country to coordinate and supervise how to legally rescue the detained Yoruba Nation activist Chief Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Igboho, from government remand as soon as possible. Akintoye, a member of the Nigerian Senate in the Second Republic, said just like Igboho, he has committed no offense against the Nigerian laws to warrant being arrested, intimidated, or harassed. Like a valiant, like a valiant soldier, Akintoye, like a valiant soldier, Akintoye vowed to return to Nigeria as soon as Igboho is released by the government of the Benin Republic to continue the struggle for the actualization of Yoruba nation, saying it is no retreat, no surrender. Myself, the President General and Professor Wale Adeniran, Chairman of Ilana Omodua, are currently in the Republic of Benin as reported, but not on the run. We are here to supervise and coordinate by all legal and other means the struggle for the release of our son and patriot, Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, detained by the government from custody. By demanding peaceful self-determination for the Yoruba nation, I am not breaking any law, since self-determination is recognized by the international and Nigerian laws to be an inalienable right of every nationality, large or small, in the world. I have earned a solid reputation as a highly respected advocate of a peaceful self-determination struggle. I have even written a book on the subject, which is already being used as a manual by Yoruba self-determination advocates and organizations. Irrespective of what the Nigerian government may be planning against me, I want to say without any fear or intimidation that I will be returning to Nigeria immediately Igboho is released from custody. I can't be intimidated because I have not committed any offense, just like Sunday Igboho. Let me tell all Yoruba people across the world that there is no cause for alarm. I did not flee to anywhere. I am in the Benin Republic. I am in the Benin Republic running your errands. The struggle is no retreat, no surrender. So the prof speaks. The renowned scholar also debunked the media reports stating that Igboho has been abandoned and that the activist is personally funding the court cases against the government of Nigeria and the Benin Republic to secure his, Igboho's, and his aide's release, saying social, cultural, and self-determination groups within and beyond the shores of Nigeria under my supervision, paid for every dime spent in Cotonou, Lagos, and Abuja, respectively, till date on the court cases. The only court case not under my coordination and supervision, and which the Yoruba social, cultural, and self-determination groups are not paying for, is the one in Ibadan High Court, Oyo State. The lawyer handling the Ibadan case, Chief Yomi Oluyi SAN, said we should leave it to him and that we should not bother on the funding. But the Yoruba groups and patriots under my supervision are completely responsible for the funding of the court cases in Abuja, Lagos, and Cotonou, the statement said. So there you are. It's almost verbatim. Clearly, somebody heard our session earlier on and they've quickly taken to print to respond to One Man Went to Mo. After banning Nigerians, UAE signs visa-free agreement with Ghana. So that's the next headline. The United Arab Emirates has entered into a visa-free agreement with the Ghanaian government following an approval by the parliament of the West African nation on Thursday. This comes a month after the Nigeria passport was ranked worse than ever under President Muhammadu Buhari's regime by London-based global citizenship and residency advisory firm Henley and Peters. Correspondents learned the agreement between governments of Ghana and the UAE was signed on Thursday, August the 5th, 2021, following the adoption of a memorandum of understanding by both parties. Correspondents learned the MOU is restricted to holders of diplomatic and other official passports whose background and conduct are in line with the public and state security apparatus. Ghanaian news medium Graphic Online reports that the agreement approved was on mutual exemption of entry visa requirements in respect of diplomatic, service/special, and ordinary passport holders. The news outlet stated that the agreement was executed on November the 18th, 2019 to waive the visa requirements for holders of both countries' passports before entry of the before any entry of the territories where they are only allowed to stay for a maximum of 90 days. Brian Achapong, chairman of Ghana's parliament, uh, Brian Achapong, chairman of Ghana's Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs, noted that Ghana has had fruitful cooperation with the UAE and is willing to deepen the relationship with the with the Ghanaian citizens and officials of the United Arab Emirates. The agreement, which constitutes a comprehensive framework on visa regimes for both countries, accordingly made provisions to cover diplomatic, service, and ordinary passports for nationals of both countries. The graphic online credited Mr. Achapong to have said. Explaining further, Mr. Achapong said the agreement did not impose obligation on the parties to admit people who are considered to be of questionable character into their territories. Neither did it impose any financial obligation on the two parties, whilst neither countries will obtain direct financial gain from their implication. Nigeria does not have any visa-free arrangement with the UAE, despite a high volume of Nigerian travelers to the Arabian desert. In July, Nigeria passport performed worse than that of the 2020 ranking. Henley and partner new passport index ranked Nigeria's passport as 101 out of 199 countries, dropping 6 places from its 2020 position, with the country's passport holders having access to just 46 countries visa-free. The correspondence in July reported that authorities of the UAE prohibited their nationals from visiting Nigeria and some other countries as the country firms up its control of exposure to the raging variant of the C-19 pandemic. So there you are. Ghana gets a pass mark and Nigeria gets the F9 as per usual internationally. So to Imo State we go. Ex-Imo Governor Okorocha to build tuition-free Islamic University in Buhari's hometown, Daura. A former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, also known as Iberiberism, that is me adding that, a former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, has promised to build an Islamic university in Daura, President Muhammadu Buhari's hometown. Okorocha, a senator and chieftain of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, said the Okorocha Foundation will build the university. The former governor was recently conferred with the traditional title of I'm not going to, Maga Al Hirin Kasa Hausa by the Emir of Daura, Umar Farouk. Issa Halidu, who represented Okorocha at an event in Daura on Saturday, said students will enjoy free tuition and accommodation at the university. Because the Emir of Daura made me a traditional title holder, I am going to give a gift, perhaps, that would never be forgotten. I will build an Islamic university with modern facilities under Rocha's Okorocha Foundation and to be commissioned by myself in Daura town, he said. He said this is because the Emirate and Daura state and Katsina state in general had shown him tremendous affection. Okorocha noted that his foundation has built schools and undertaken many developmental projects in other states, hence paying back Daura town for what President Buhari had done for Nigeria. So there you have it. If there was ever ass leaking, then that is it. Anyone who dares come out on Monday in the southeast will regret their life. IPOB threatening as usual. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has dismissed a news report that it has suspended its sit-at-home order scheduled to start on Monday, August the 9th, 2021. IPOB had on July the 30th ordered sit at home in the southeast every Monday until NNAMDI Kanu, its leader, is released from the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS. The proscribed group said the lockdown, tagged Ghost Monday, will also affect schools and marketplaces. It threatened to shut down economic activities in the region, adding that violators of the order will be visited with violence. However, Kanonta Kanu, a younger brother of the IPOB leader in a release on Sunday, said the planned sit-at-home directive had been suspended to allow students in the geographical zone to participate in the National Examination Council NECO examination. He added that a new date for the commencement of the sit-at-home order will be announced later. But IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary Emma Powerful, in a statement sent to correspondents, asked Southeast residents to disregard the information. Powerful added that anyone who listens to that deceptive statement and goes out tomorrow will regret their life. He said the attention of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, ably led by our great leader Mazin Nandikanu, has been drawn to the purported suspension of the Monday sit-at-home order issued by the leadership of IPOB has been suspended by some sections of the media. We wish to remind every Biafran that sit-at-home order remains sacrosanct on Monday tomorrow. Anyone issuing press statements concerning IPOB sit-at-home order is fake, and any statement without sit-at-home order or any activity of IPOB remains let me take that again. Anyone issuing press statements concerning IPOB sit-at-home order is fake, and any statement without sit-at-home order or any activity of IPOB remain Comrade Emma Powerful, the Media and Publicity Secretary of IPOB. Therefore, every Biafran should disregard every statement that is not from Emma Powerful or DOS and Radio Biafra. We know the situation of those going for examination tomorrow, but our demand is for them to release our leader, Mazin Nandikanu, and our people must understand that Fulani terrorists and co stopped our people school. So this is how they've written it. This is not being misreading it. stopped our people's school for 3 years during the genocidal war in 1967 to 1970, and it did not kill our people. And this one day sacrifice for the release of somebody who has sacrificed a lot for our land. Anybody Anybody who ventures out tomorrow will regret his or her life. We warn you, tomorrow is total lockdown in every part of Biafra land. So there you have it. Tomorrow is a total lockdown in every part of Biafra land. That is according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Actually, let me play you this clip then before I come and take, just to make sure that everything is on the table. So let me share you this clip now, since we're already talking about Nnamdi Kanu. So let me share you this clip now of somebody that purports to have been the last person to interact with him. Indeed, this guy insists that he interacted with Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS facilities just fairly recently. So to this fella,
my name is Manasseh Paul Ben. I'm one among DUNAMIS5. I was arrested. My experience I have with our senior comrade, Nnamdi Kanu. The DSS facility, I was being locked up in New Echo Cell 4, and while Kanu was in Cell 8, and he was happy to receive me and talk to me as a junior comrade. They asked him that their narrative going outside all around to Nairobi with a woman. He told me that he wanted to send that message out and correct that narrative. So I told Nigerians and all the IPOB members that scandal that the federal government are trying to use to rubbish him and rope him to the mud. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu explained that he was kidnapped in Kenya at the airport. Boots outside the airport and drove off. He wasn't there with any woman, and he said I should tell Nigerians to ask questions that if he was there with a woman, who is she, how is she, and what brought him there to see a woman. He said I should also remind Nigerians that in 2015, when he was arrested, they used the same allegation against him. So Nigerians should look at him as someone that is not moralist or an immoral person. My encounter with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody that even in the DSS detention, he's in high spirit. That nobody should believe that. That's a total lie. It's a lie. And I urge Nigerians that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in high spirits, though he's emotionally traumatized by the DSS, psychologically traumatized. He's not given access to any good medical care. He's not given access to books. Most time, he's always alone. Because they found out we're interacting with him and he was discussing with us, they have to move us out to where he was, to put us in the mix of hardened criminals so they can break us. But unfortunately for them, we held the BUHARI Must Go campaign. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, after our 7 days hunger strike, and during our 7 days protest after the hunger strike, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw that the food they give to us was total scandal, was total rubbish. So he has to sneak in the night to send food to us. He threw it, though we are not that close, but he will bring it out from his cell and he will throw it. They will have sticks that will join and will drag this food down. He sent, the first time when we started after our hunger strike, we were not given any good food to eat because we could not even eat the food because it wasn't even good. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent us pizza to break our 7 days fasting. And aside from that, sometimes when he noticed that they give us food that are not okay, he shares with me, he shares his food with me, just as a good leader I would do. Send shawarma, eat a little shawarma, send the rest. Send us beans cake, send us indomie. But when they discovered all this, that he's been nice to us, due to the heartlessness of the DSS, they have to kick us out of the place, to leave him there alone. And as I speak to you up to date, there's nobody down there with him. They evacuated everybody. And there are a lot of IPOB members in there that he doesn't want Nnamdi Kanu to even know that they have been arrested. So I urge Nigerians, as Nnamdi Kanu said, I should tell them, consistency, perseverance will bring an end to injustice and tyrannic government. And any news that it was a woman that lured him to Kenya, these are totally false news. And Nigeria shouldn't believe that. That is scandal. He's in high spirit. He also said I should tell Nigerians and all the IPOB members that perseverance.
Okay, I think we get the gist of what he's saying. So that chapter you were seeing on your screen, he was part of the. I'm sure a lot of you will recall that. What's that church called again? It purports to be a church. Dunamis. You recall how 5 people were arrested by the DSS for wearing Buhari must go T-shirt to Dunamis, that church. So apparently this was one of them. This guy, I wouldn't even say apparently, almost certainly he's one of them. And in the course of that detention, he is claiming to have had an interaction with Nnamdi Kanu. And in the course of that conversation, the message that he is bringing back from Nnamdi Kanu from detention is that his people and agitation should remain resolute, that he is in high spirit and his will has not been broken, and more importantly, he was not arrested whilst in Kenya to enjoy the goodness of a fat bottomed girl. So that is what he said, according to this fella. So to all of that, good to see you, Rational Mind.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. I heard you read some of the topic for today. I was just wondering uh, if I was on time to hear most of the things you have for today. I don't know if
Okay.
you want to mention them one by one.
Okay. The first one was Professor Banji Akintoye saying that he is in Benin Republic. We covered that in the earlier session, and
Okay.
apparent what we covered in the earlier session was that he was on the run and had escaped attempts at arrest, rumors that he was going to be arrested by excusing himself to Benin Republic. So that was the conversation we were having in an earlier session. But he has now come out in the public space to debunk that and to say that yes, he is in Benin Republic, but he is there to coordinate the the Igboho affair, to keep a supervisory eye over what is happening to Sunday Igboho. And as soon as Sunday Igboho is released by the Beninese government, or that case comes to a conclusion, he will be straight back in Nigeria to carry on with the Odudua agitation. So this is a follow-on from conversations that we were having earlier in the earlier session. So Professor Akintoye speaks to that space, and then we also spoke about the United Arab Emirates granting or signing a visa-free agreement with Ghana, which then means that Ghanaians don't have to go through the rigor of applying for a visa to visit to Dubai, etc. So it's a reciprocal agreement, and of course, the people of the UAE can visit Ghana as well, unfettered. So we then contrasted this with Nigeria, and we landed on the information that an independent organization that audits these things has concluded that the Nigerian passport is one of the worst to have. It ranks 101 out of 100 and I'm just looking for those figures now. But it ranks 101 out of 199 passports, and you can only visa-free access 46 countries using a Nigerian passport. So it speaks to that. So we were just saying now, and what they concluded was that Nigeria has dropped several digits under Buhari's administration. So yet another weight that the Buhari administration has vested on the Nigerian person. And then we went on to Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, Mr. Iberiberizim, who has now promised to build a fee-free Islamic university in Buhari's hometown in Daura. So that was the bonus story, one of the two bonus stories that we covered. And the last bonus story that we covered was the IPOB threatening death upon whoever does not sit at home as ordered by them for Monday. So those are the talking points, rational
Let me
mind.
start. Let me start with that of Okorocha. We all know Okorocha very well. That this guy is just
Uh,
he's a clown.
pot
He's a
belly
clown.
pig.
He's a clown of a man. You know what we all know what it's all about. Well, let me not say we all. Or some of us, or most those people who are enlightened, who are informed, they know what the man is all about. That is just about self promotion. We know you've not. I mean, what stops you from? I mean, you've left. You stopped being a governor for the past almost 2.5 years now, if not 3 years now. What stops you from even building something in Daura for them before now? Why is it now that before 2023 that you just decide? I mean, suddenly you just realize you need to build something for them. You need to make maybe create an Almajiri school or whatever he said he wants to do for them. So we all know that.
Islamic University he wants to build.
He's just trying to. He's a sycophant. He's just trying to like play to the gallery, as they say. I
So,
mean,
so all the educational needs of Imo State are already taken care of, is what
don't
he's
mind
saying
them.
now. So he can
Don't
now
mind
go
them.
to
We
Daura
all
and
know
start
them.
to.
It's just the same politics. Just the same way the one they called your boy in Lagos State,
Mm,
Tinubu, when
mm.
he went to the north and he gave them money during the fire outbreak or whatever. And in Lagos, there was another fire outbreak in Lagos, and he never did anything about it. And then you see all of them, and just like same thing as Wike too. Same thing. I mean, Wike gave money to some people, but because it's Zamfara State or where when they had the fire incidents too. You see, all of these politicians from the south, you see, they're just a bunch of clowns. So let's not just waste our time on that. For me, I just feel it's just it's just trying to like make himself look good in front of the northerners so that he could garner their votes if ever he gets the ticket. So that's just my
All now politics, as
no,
Ovie
well,
would
as Sophia
say.
we say here
Yeah,
now. Oh,
yeah.
now you see here, it's
Uh,
Sophia here. It's Sophia here.
no, I'm not sure. He did a
It's
session earlier on, so maybe it's
all that
just
politics
trying,
of here.
yeah,
So,
trying to
so
recover
let
from,
me just
yeah.
go to Akintoye. I think Akintoye. I mean, there's been the report that he was being I mean they were going to arrest him or something like that. Well, from what you just read now, he's saying that well, he's not aware of any arrest. He's just going to Benin Republic to support Sunday Igboho and to help him get out of get him released and all of that. Well, if that's
Do,
true,
do you
if
do
that's
you believe that? Do you? Well, he is in Benin Republic, but do you buy the reason that he's giving for being there? Eh?
well, I don't expect him. If he's lying, then I mean, if he's not saying the truth, let me not say he's lying. If he's not saying the truth with regard to that, then it means that I think. I mean, if you are being chased, if they're chasing you, why don't you say it that they're chasing you and you're seeking asylum? Maybe you're trying to seek asylum over there. But since he
Yeah,
said he
but
said he's coming,
that wouldn't chime well with his followers and the movement. So he has to
so yeah, he's running
keep
away.
that. Well, that is excused himself. I don't really want to use the term running away for Prof, but that he has excused himself. Eh?
Well, I know he's on the radar. They're watching him.
Yes,
And the
yes.
Nigerian state is they're ready to pick up anybody. who is I won't even be surprised that these even Ninas too. If they start picking up all those people who are Ninas, this guy, what's his name? This lawyer Nandi, if they
Tony
start picking
Nandi,
him up
yes.
too. So you see, the Nigerian state is they don't like people who dissent, who don't buy to their one Nigeria narrative, and they just want to make sure they just silence everybody who does not follow their their kind of ideology on one Nigeria. So, and they see them as a threat. And in fact, this whole, I think, in fact, if you've been, I mean, I know you're a newsman yourself, you're in the media. If you've been looking around, scavenging the internet and all of that, in news, see this story of disintegration of Nigeria is becoming so intense now. I must say to you, it's becoming so intense. In
No,
fact,
it's building up to a crescendo. Yes, we were saying
yeah.
that just in the earlier session. It's gathering momentum and it's building up to a crescendo. And a lot of important people are now in that discussion space now because the Oni is in that discussion space. Shoyinka is in that discussion. Everybody is in that discussion space now. Nobody is aloof from it anymore.
Mm. So that could tell you something that who knows if this whole thing is if the I mean those those people we look up to like as the elite among the Yorubas. Even I think as they said Obasanjo was in Benin Republic or
Yes,
DSS
yes.
there, and then he went to spoke to the president Talon. But I don't know. Maybe it's. I mean, who knows? Maybe himself is buying into it because you see, it's very glaring that the Awusa, I mean, the Fulanis, they are up to something. I mean, the Fulani under this guy, Buhari, they have some hidden agenda. They are up to something. And if 2023 is to come, I tell you, I have this suspicion that they still want to retain power to themselves so as for them to fully accomplish or fully get this whole flanalization agenda done. But I know with this whole voila that people from the south, I mean, this reaction they're getting from the south, it's like it's getting them, it's kind of it's impeding the rate at which they want to get this their colonization done. So maybe they did not really expect that.
I'm sure they would have factored that into their thinking that at some point the penny would drop with the Southerners and they will fight back. So the penny has now dropped with the Southerners. So there's no ambiguity as to what is going on anymore. We know that they are pushing a Fulani agenda, that Uthman Dan Fodio of dipping the Quran into the sea. This is what is in play. So we know that, they know we know that, and everybody knows that that is what is in play. But how does it play out is really now the next thing.
Well, we've already seen it play out before our very eyes, but it's just how, well, like you said, how it's eventually going to. I mean, it's going to play out. That is what we don't really know now. But one thing is for certain: if the Southerners, if they continue, if they just drop down, I mean, they don't resist, they don't put up resistance, they will get it done quickly. But the way we're putting up this resistance but down south, I think that would perhaps slow down the progress, whatever progress they will make in their colonization agenda.
But
So for me,
the chink in the armor of the south of the south is always treachery. So there's
that is the
always a
problem.
but
Yeah.
so now to that treachery, Okorocha building an Islamic university in Daura, well, in this climate where the conversation is in this space, he is building an Islamic free of charge accommodation, everything Islamic university in Daura. So
But has he
is
built
that
one in his own state? Did he build one in his own state?
yes, but it's just really he's betraying the language of the times. He's
Of
betraying the
course.
language of his people. He's
Yeah.
betraying the language of certainly the Yorubas, and he's betraying the spirit of the moment as well because
Yeah.
he is playing to that still politics of the North when the politics has moved now to this existential threat that the South is
And you
under.
wonder, and we wonder why. I mean, what's his name? Nnamdi Kanu call him Okorawusa. You
This
know,
is it.
it's in fact that name. I mean, it's. I mean, it fits him because this is a guy who you were a governor from Imo. I understand he has a private university. Did he make it free for them? I
No,
mean, I understand he has private schools, maybe through his wife or whoever built it, he built it in the name of his wife or whatever. But
no,
did he make it free for them? No, of
never.
course not.
Those ones will
So
have to
what are we
mortgage their
saying?
house to. Yeah.
So what are we saying? And definitely he will. I mean, he can. I mean, I'm sure he can. He will build that thing for them just for him to have this
And he
popular
will do
move.
it very quickly before 2023
Now,
because
who
he's
knows?
doing it
Yeah,
for
of course,
that
he has the
purpose.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has the money. So for me, you see, these are traitors we have among us from the south. We always have these traitors, and that is the only thing that these people from this Fulani people are using against the Southerners, because they know that Southerners they always have traitors. You know, they always have somebody they can buy, either bribe him with one position or give him money or give him one contract so that he can always, betray his people or leak the secrets or whatever. So all these people who even joining in now, like Obasanjo, Oni of Ife, I'm still suspicious of them. Because when they say, oh, they're trying to help Sunday Igboho, I
I'm not
still,
suspicious. I'm not suspicious of Obasanjo, but I am suspicious of Oni of Ife because he loves a dollar. But I'm not
mm,
sure if he's at. I don't know. I'm not really still sure about that guy. But I'm not
so
suspicious of Obasanjo, no, because I mean Obasanjo is Obasanjo now.
That's for that. So Akintoye, Baba Akintoye. Well, I just hope he's being honest with what he said, because we've been hearing
Mm.
that stories too that they've been he's been on. Of course, we know he has been on the radar, but when they want to pick him up, that's what we don't know. Has there, because with all this paperwork they are filing here and there with the United Nations and ICC, I think that is really getting them unsettled, because
Yeah,
they know
that
that
is that those
yeah,
filings with the international bodies, they are actually more potent than the
more
noise
potent.
making on the than the noise making on the streets. Because with Sunday Igboho, you can just go and AK-47 him, and that is the end of that. And then the Kanu, you can go and AK-47 him, but you cannot go to the Hague where people are filing documents to say that this is the situation that we're in and this is the situation. So they cannot. So that is more potent because that's
Yeah,
an
it is.
international dimension. And if
Yeah.
an international decision can be taken, then of course the Nigerian country will just have to oblige.
Yeah, yeah. So for that, I just hope he's safe. But some people will find fault with that. If he really is seeking asylum in Benin
So
Republic,
Papa on the run. This
yeah.
is the
Well,
thing.
but I won't look at it as a run, because
There's fire on the mountain. Run, run, run.
he will
This is it.
run to fight some other day.
Uh-huh.
So and then these people, they can do anything. They can kill him. It's possible they can kill him.
Yes, that's
They
the
can kill this
thing. You
guy,
know, they won't respect the fact that he's 84
and
as
they will
an
say,
emeritus. They don't care about all of that. They will just come at 2 a.m.
they'll
as they
frame him up. They'll
usually
frame
come.
the
Yeah,
killing. They will just say maybe some Hausa people, I mean, some Fulani idiots went there and then they killed him. That's what they will say. They can.
yeah.
These people. You
Maybe they'll
see,
accuse Prof of gun running. We don't know.
again. So you see, these people. There's nothing they cannot do. You see, when you are fighting with the state, be fearful of it. The state can do anything, and they will just. I mean, they will just paint a picture of. I mean, this is the state. They will call them almighty state. Well, they're not really almighty, but I mean, they have all the power. They have all the everything, all the resources under their control. They can just control the media. I mean, tell the media a different narrative of what happened, and then everybody will believe. Everybody will just accept it. So you see, I won't say if he's going there to seek asylum, well, fine and good. I mean, let him go and do it, and then continue this fighting from there if it's possible. But for me, if really they are chasing him and he's saying that no, they're not really chasing after him, it's just he wants to go there. Well, let's see how that plays out. So the other topic, which is
Okay, so if you come out on Monday, you will regret your life. This is the sit-at-home order that the IPOB are issuing to the
yeah,
Southeasterners. I have always said that they do these things with a strong arming and coercion and intimidation. And
that
this,
is
if
it.
this is not intimidation, then I don't know what is.
Of course, it
But
is. It
yeah,
is.
yeah,
When a more powerful will be saying that if you come out, if anything you see, you take it. Like, and then if these people play on that word now, the government, they use that and unleash mayhem too, and they say they hang it on their neck that they're the one who started the mayhem, or they're the one killing people or beating people up, and then people will say no, it's a lie. I mean, that's why they need to be strategic about this whole thing. You don't just come out and make some kind of statement whereby people can pin on you and then they will say it is you that all these things that they are doing too. I don't think they're strategic about it, because
yes.
it's just
Uh,
come on.
let me agree with you, rational mind, because um over the course of several sessions, I've always said that they have plateaued in their capacity and they need some senior thinking and strategicians, if that is the right word, to come in and help them uh, chart a way forward. Because I always say that this IPOB movement, it has the peak of its potency is just as shouting and threatening. So they're still shouting and threatening, but then that shouting and threatening now, like you just said, it can provide an undercover for the security agencies to go in there and savage, and they will put that savagery under that pronouncement. That so
Yeah,
they need now real brains. They need brains in
of
IPOB, which
course.
they don't have. That is not to say that they are brainless, but they don't have the sort of brain for the
You see,
space that they are.
the
They
problem with
are,
the
they are
Igbos.
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you. The
yeah.
problem with
No,
the
carry
Igbos
on.
is
Yeah.
that they usually they like to play this narrative of they are Republicans, and truly that's how they are, because they're very independent minded. You do your own, I do my own. That's how they are. So and that is why that unity among them is very, very. But although with this hip-hop thing, I see that they're kind of gradually forming that bond, or that unity gradually. But we still see that dissension among some of them, especially among the elites among them. But you see, if only they can speak in one voice and they can be strategic about this whole thing, like Nandi was saying of the Ninas, he says several times they've reached out to Nnamdi Kanu, and the way he wants to just pursue this whole thing. And you can see even how it played out between even his whole inner circles, like the other guy, Uche Mefo,
Mefo,
and
Mefo.
how they split, how they went separate ways, and then there's this splinter group among them now that belongs to the Uche Mefo's own clique or whatever group, and the other group. So you can imagine. So you see, the thing is, when one man is trying to dominate the whole thing, I'm not saying he's style, I'm not saying he's charismatic, but sometimes you have to put that to an advantage and also bring other people under your umbrella, and also let them, don't be too, when I say start using the word supreme leader, like my goodness,
No, yes, South
are we
Korea.
saying,
Is
yeah,
it
South Korea
King
or
Jong
like
Un?
Iran, and then it's like, are we in Iran?
Ayatollah.
So
Ayatollah of
this
Umahia.
what kind of crap is this? And that's what Nandi, this Nina's guy was also pointing out too, which it makes
Tony
sense.
Nande, yeah.
And then you like, we know it's more the people that are more into this hip hop thing are the Igbos. But when you start using the narrative of like when he was saying Chukwu Abiyama, like, mate, are you making other tribes that are not Igbos, like the Bibios, the Anan, the Efik, and all of them? How do you want them to feel? So and you want them to become part of the Biafran struggle. So I'm not saying they should not use this thing, but then sometimes you need to make them other people feel inclusive. And that is why a lot of people are kicking against it. That like some the Delta Igbos, they say they're not part of it. The Anyomas, they say somebody said we're not part of this. Your Biafra, don't count us in. So to me, you need to be strategic about this whole thing, and and bring more people in who are non-Igbos. And I'm not saying they don't have it, but they just tone down this Igbo rhetorics of making it all Igbo kind of thing. Tone it
And
down,
the
and then
threats has to
the
be
threat
toned
too.
down
Yeah, that's what we're
as
saying. They
well,
should be more. Yeah, because this is what the government is using against them. Because now they say unknown good. They use unknown gunmen now, and who knows if these unknown gunmen were just some state actors who are acting in behalf of the state, trying to like so that they can pin something on the neck of the ESN people. So they need to sit down and strategize very well. That's just for that. So the other topic about the
Still with that Nnamdi Kanu space, just whilst you're there, let's cover that and then we go to the last topic. So that video clip that we just played. So
yeah
the guy from Dunamis, you remember there were five
yeah
people that were picked up. So he was detained at the DSS facility, and he was saying that he interacted with Nnamdi Kanu whilst there. And that video clip you saw was an account of his interaction with Nnamdi Kanu. So the
mm,
highlights of what he had to say was Nnamdi Kanu was saying that the people should remain resolute not to allow their will to be broken. And then he was speaking about Nnamdi Kanu's kindness to them in terms of feeding them because Nnamdi Kanu is a VIP.
it's a VIP. Yeah.
So he will get all the best things, and these ones are just dirty people from the street, and they'll just feed them
My
dog food.
brother.
So he was saying he was helping them out with food, etc. But he also said that it wasn't actually a woman that lured him to Kenya and all of that. So he's just an account of his
Oh, man.
interaction with Nnamdi Kanu. Fat bottom girls in Kenya.
Yeah.
I know you were waiting for me to say that. Eh?
I know you always say that. Anyway, you see, talking about, I think that's not the first video from that guy. I think there was a time when maybe when they newly released them, they were even with Yele, they were all sitting together and they were now recounting their experience of what they experienced while there. I think that maybe this is the second or third one of the third videos or that came out. I know the guy said something briefly to that effect about he having an encounter with Nnamdi Kanu while they were in that DSS dungeon. So anyway, the thing is now giving us more giving us more account of what happened between himself and Nnamdi Kanu. That well, I want to believe that that's what he said, and that really he was caught. Well, of course, we all know that Kanu was not did not surrender himself to the Nigerian state. I mean, to the Nigerian whatever agent they use, whether some kind of international syndicates that into. I know they must have employed the Mossad too. Who knows? Maybe ex-Mossad spies.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if
Mm,
that's because
mm,
this is exactly a Mossad sort of move, what they
yeah,
did. Yeah.
it's possible too. You know, I mean, in Kenya we have a lot of Jewish, kind of like Jewish people there too. I mean, they must have been on his trail for some time. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that we all know how he was kidnapped and brought. Extracted or extradition, whatever they call it. So, but then that encounter he said he had, I think the way he said I mean, it makes me believe that really it happened because if you could say they were hungry, they were on hunger, they had this hunger protest, and Kanu was kind to them by giving them food, even from his own food, sharing his own food with them. I think it makes sense to believe that maybe the guy is a very nice guy too.
Mm.
Um, and then telling people that they should stay strong and continue to struggle, I think it's something too. So I think I want to believe
And telling him to go and report back that it wasn't fat bottomed girls. So before we go to the
that.
last
One man.
before we go to the last story, do you drink coffee?
I do, yeah, I do.
How do you drink your coffee? Do you put milk in it?
Well, usually I
Yes
like
or
French.
no?
I like French espresso.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes.
Well, sometimes I do like my coffee very hard. I mean, very
Yeah.
strong coffee.
I'm starting a campaign against people putting milk in coffee. I just find it just
Why?
totally
Why? If I may ask.
uncivilized because it just reduces the taste. It changes what you're drinking. That's not coffee anymore. Coffee is meant to be savored just like wine. It's not something that you shouldn't even put sugar. You can put maybe a bit of honey if you are not, if your palate needs that encouragement, but you should never really put milk
I
in
mean, that's your
coffee.
own taste. I think that's your
No,
own
no,
taste. People
I
have
just find
taste.
it.
People have different
No,
tastes.
no,
The
no.
one man, the one
It's just
man.
One man, one
uncivilized,
man. So
uncivilized
let me
behavior.
let me comment on this
We don't do
Dubai
that in
thing.
Oyo.
Let me comment.
Visa.
Yeah, you see, in international relation or diplomacy, they call it reciprocity.
Mhm.
That's what they call it. So I think you used the word too when you were talking about it. So I think Ghana, I mean, in the passport ranking index, I think Ghana has been going up. I think they've always been above Nigeria. Um, I remember back then in the 80s, 90s, when we wanted to travel. I wanted to travel with a Ghanaian passport back then too, because I live in Ghana. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that Ghana passport has always been a strong passport. So, and if UAE is now kind of having some kind of diplomatic agreement with them that, okay, your people will not need visa, but that's a shame to Nigeria, because if you look at it, Nigeria,
Because
I don't.
I think I'm not sure that there are many other people in any other country that travel to Dubai more than Nigeria. Every Nigerian is going to Dubai in and out, in and out. You'd have thought.
Yeah, but then you see, the thing is this. I think one of the things, there are so many things they look into before a country will sign an agreement of reciprocity, like the one they signed, which is no visa for our citizen and no visa for your own citizen, as the case may be. So there are so many things they put into consideration. I think maybe Ghanaians don't have the kind of criminal records that Nigerians have over there. The UAE.
Now you're talking.
So,
Eh?
and then another thing they look into is some kind of bilateral trade between them, how it has been, and if there has not been problem, they've not been having problems. These are the things they look into. They factor many things into it. But you see, Nigeria, because of our
I
situation,
think it's that criminal element,
mm,
because if you're talking bilateral trade, I don't even think Ghana will even come on the radar in terms
oh, of
of what
course, no, no, no,
what
no,
what
not
Nigeria
really. It's not about
contributes to
the.
Dubai. Yeah.
It's not about the. I mean, the quantity, or I mean, the kind of the trade volume, the volume of trade between them. The other things they factor into it too. If it's ease of doing
Well, it's
business,
dollars and cents, isn't it? That is
of
what it boils
course.
down to. The volume of money that Nigeria traffics into Dubai. Okay, I don't even
It's
think
just,
Ghana
yeah,
is even at
yeah.
the
Of
first.
course, no, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's another thing they look into. That, well, why do people? I mean, why do people need visa? I mean, if you people can come here,
It's
anyone
just
do it.
because you said it is because we are too criminal. It's just that's just
So,
the thing.
I
When
mean,
we go
I
there and
mean,
start
another thing.
robbing the place.
another thing to consider is, I mean, they look at us as this country is wealthy. I mean, even if we increase our visa fee, people will still want to pay for the visa. So why not let's just continue? Maybe that could be another thing why they could not do that with Nigeria. But I know Nigeria, one of the reasons, no doubt, is the criminal nature of the criminality in Nigeria that they've exported to their country.
Do you know that they did a documentary in Dubai on the hush puppy narrative?
I watched it. I've seen it
on their national television with all their, you see. So this is the thing.
I was even thinking they were acting some kind of film, like they were acting another Hollywood film. When I saw this, I was like, wow, this is something. So anyway, so on that, and then the other topic of the other one of the other topic you left.
I think you've covered them all, but stay with us. You can chime in as you deem fit. So thank you, Rational Mind. Now let's go to Ajanle Koko to see if he's with us. Ajanle Koko, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Okay, hello, Ajanle Koko. So the runaway professor breaks cover in Benin Republic, just as I said, he was in Benin Republic on the run, and he's admitting that he is on the run. So I guess my point has been made there. And so what do you say to that, Ajanle Koko? Because you were quite feisty earlier on to say that no, it's too. So what do you have to say to that now, Ajanle Koko?
You know already what I'm going to say.
You don't want me to No,
I've already told you.
No, but the prof comes out. A lot of what you said, he said actually, but I'll speak to that space, Ajanle Koko.
Yeah, I told you in the morning that was a fake news. Baba is 86. Why is he going to run away? Run away from what? Yoruba land is his father's land. He cannot run away from anybody, no matter the threat they could carry out against him. He's not going to run away. I know that for sure. And Baba Yadebanjo, you got to tell Baba Yadebanjo to run away from his land at 86?
I think he's
not going to run away. They're not going to be fair for their life. They have said it several times that if they want to come and kill them, they should come and kill them. They have been in this game of fighting for people's rights, for fighting for their homeland since the 50s. You think they'd be afraid of this bastard?
Can I bring?
That was in elementary school. He was not even born. He was in elementary. We have not even started his elementary school when these people have started struggling. Struggling for Nigeria independent and struggling for better Nigeria.
Can I have something to Ajanle Koko point?
Yes, go, okay. Baba. I knew you would come. You see, before you come in. We do these things all the time, and obviously we get to know each other, and there are certain people that I just loosely have some ideas about. Somebody like Ajanle Koko, somebody like Baba Akure, somebody like Ayo, and even a little bit of Mike. I see them as Yoruba supremacists. These are they are benign, but you just say one word against a Yoruba person, and then you will see the veins popping.
There is fire on the mountain.
You can hear the rage in Ajanle Koko's voice.
Let me just add something. If you recall Ajanle Koko, you will see that Professor Akintoye's son's house in Delta State was the first house that was raised down by these people before they start attacking people. If you still remember, so at that time when all those things happened, they kill, they burn the whole place, they kill all the animals in the house. He never run away from Nigeria. So why now that he has to run away from Nigeria? So that's what I want to add to your point.
Yes, I said the same thing in the morning. If you remember, woman, you remember
you said about his house in Edo.
No,
in Benin, and I was even asking you if it's Benin Republic, and you were telling me that no, it's
it was somewhere like, I don't even know the place anymore. I think it's either Delta or Edo, somewhere around that.
Okay, somewhere around there.
The ashes.
So why is it in Benin Republic now? I feel that I would not be so rude as to say the great prof is running, but I'll say that he has excused himself to Benin Republic
He
just for
didn't
things to go that way.
he didn't excuse himself. What I told you in the morning as to the reason why he went there is what Baba issued out in his statement now. I told you that this guy is there in his incarceration. All the Yoruba Sobas are supporting him. They stood up for him. All the Yorubas over there stood up for him. And he cannot allow to sit down. He cannot sit down here in Nigeria and don't go there to play his own part for Igboho. And that is what he did. So Baba did not run away from any threat or running away for safety or so. No, he's 86. Let them come to his house. Let them come and do whatever they want to do. Yorubas are warrior. Yoruba doesn't run away from war. They need to know. Hausa people, Fulani people, they are, how do I describe them? They are, how do I describe that? These people that will come on your land and run away and do something wrong and run away. That is, they are trespasser. Or how do I describe it?
That would do. Trespasser would do. Yes.
They are trespasser. They just come and do something wrong. They are coward. They are coward. They are not a strong fighter. No. And Yoruba have not even started. If Yoruba start today against them, I tell you, that will be the end of them. They will not come to Yoruba land again. This is not the first time they have attempted it in history. They never defeated Yoruba in any war. They never defeated. So, look, they have, Buhari have a lot of Yoruba people to carry. If he should mess with Akintoye, that will be the end of his administration. I'm telling you. Yoruba leaders know the value of Akintoye. And if he dare do any mess against him, that is the end of Nigerian nation. It's going to be like a joke. But you will see it. What they have done to Igboho by going to his house to kill people and savage that house, Yoruba leaders have seen it well that, oh, no, we can't take this. That is why you see them guarding up. That is why you see Oni appointing people and trying to take that space, that to galvanize Yoruba leadership and try to see what they can do to protect Yoruba interests. Because they have seen it, that politicians have failed. Politicians cannot do nothing to protect the interests of Yoruba people. And that is the role that Oni is trying to play, trying to play now. Trying to bring the leadership of Yoruba together, non-partisan. Some of them might be in politics before, they are still in, but he is trying to, organize Yoruba leadership and say, no, we have to put an end to this. What Igboho have done, they really appreciate what he has done by going after this bastard that came to our land to kill our people and rape our women. They really appreciate it, but they cannot just say it in the public. And that is what you see them doing now. He sent, Oni even sent a emissary to Republic of Benin to support him. Olubadan sent a emissary there as well to show their solidarity. Do
you think there's a danger of oversaturation of that space? Everybody just going in there to, a powerful delegation is enough. Not everybody needs to turn up.
Oh, yes, I will agree with that people should not go en masse. But, you see, when you are in a position of leadership and people love you, people will always, some people that really from their heart that really love you will really stand for you anytime, any day, in the run, in the rain, and anywhere. And that is what our people did by going to that Republic of Benin to show their solidarity.
So, Adian, your argument is that it's not that the professor Gbebe is not
Baba will never run. Baba will listen from Kokon, like.
All right.
bàbá ò ní sá fún nǹkan kan
Láíláí.
láyé
It did not be there.
láéláé
Láíláí.
ìyẹn ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
Okay.
Tó bá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ mẹ́ni ọ̀la ló máa mú
Now you
Yorùbá
see.
là ń sọ. Eléyìí ò ń ṣe àwọn ẹhànnà tó ń gbé nínú igbó. We are talking of people, civilized people. You don't mess with Yorubas. All that, look, they did it against Awolowo. What happened to them? Awolowo triumphed over them. They deny Awolowo everything, but he triumphed over them. And that is what we are suffering today. If Nigerians have allowed Awolowo to govern that nation, that nation would have been one of the best nations in the world. Would have been the leader of Africa, black race all over the world. But look at what Nigerians, that useless country that we had, all the bad leadership have done to that nation. That is what we are suffering today because we did not allow credible, meritorious people to lead us. And that is what we are suffering today.
Ẹ má bínú.
All right. Thank you, Ajale Koko. Ẹ má bínú, according to engineer.
Thank you, engineer.
But let's moving quickly on. We'll still go back to that space because that space, of course, is the space in the spotlight at the moment. But and news, just I don't even know if it's comical or tragical, if it's a comedy or a tragedy. Ex-Imo governor Okorocha to build tuition-free Islamic school, Islamic, not even school, university, to build tuition-free Islamic university in Daura. So, I mean, just off the back of that headline, your comments, Ajanle Koko, this is silly season. We are getting to, just the ridiculous spaces.
I don't want to offend my brother, Alexander Gomez. I will have talked too crazy about that guy, but I will mellow it down a little bit. I will not
because it's Alexander's party. It's Alexander's party. No, but hold on. Before you carry on, Ajale Koko, this headline actually speaks to Alexander's position because Alexander is telling us that that there's a slot in either the vice or the presidency ticket for Rochas Okorocha. And this move is a move for that spot, is it not? So it actually agrees with but your comments, Ajale Koko.
Let me tell you this. You see, all those leaders, all those leaders, I don't know if I should call them leaders. I think they have lost their position of leadership among their people. I don't think their people respect them. Or their people I don't think they will even win election in their homeland anymore. You see, Tinubu, Wike, and now him running to the north. Tinubu run to give them money when a market got burnt over there. Similar incident happened in Lagos. There was a market that was raised down by fire. It didn't give them anything, but he ran over there to the north to give them 50 million or how many million give them. Wike did the same thing and went and gave them money. I don't know what it did to people in the south. And this one, he didn't build a university in Imo to say tuition-free university for his people. But he said he want to go and build it for Hausa because he is desperate for 2023. So these people, they are just, it is good that they are showing this. It's good that they are showing their real color. So their people can really know that they are not worthy to be their leaders. So they are showing their real color. Okorocha I thought he's a smart guy, but
this is old school
not,
politics, isn't it? I thought politics had moved away from this sort of politicking. This is just from the 80s sort of politics, isn't it?
This is a politics of bribery. So that is what they are. So let me bribe the northerner so that they will look at me as one of them, or they will have confidence in me so they can vote for me. So this politics of bribery is not going to work. It's not going to help their ambition, but it rather ruin their ambition, because if their home base is not in, I mean, particularly this guy Tinubu and Okorocha, they saw that what is happening in Igbo land. Igbo people are very bitter now. You are not doing anything to help the situation, to calm the situation down, to negotiate with your people, to do whatever you can do to, like the IPOB, if he has made some effort to meet IPOB and, try to engage them and try to let them see reason why, oh, let us take it easy, get in contact with them. It is not doing that. It's distancing himself from them so that it can have the mercy of Buhari, their God. Buhari is their God now. That is why he run to Buhari's house, hometown, to promise them, I will build you Islamic school. So he's looking for favor from Buhari, who is killing, who is sending Nigerian soldiers that are supposed to protect them.
To kill his own people.
To kill his own people. He didn't say anything against that, but rather running there to bribe them, say, I'm going to. So I think it's not helping himself at all with that action he has done. With this action he has done, he has destroyed his political ambition, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way I see it, because the way it's going to play out in their primary is that delegates from Eastern states in their party, we have to vote for him overwhelmingly. They have to see that they have to he has to convince other part of Nigeria, particularly the North, that they have that solid support, solid delegates from the East backing his ambition. But with what he has done now, I don't think he's going to get it. He has ruined his political ambition. He's not tactical at all. He shouldn't have done it. If he has given them money for that position they give him, I mean that award that give him, that will end there.
Ajale Koko, let me interrupt you. You see, where the only permutation that would have made this politics that Okorocha is playing, the only permutation that will make it work is if he already has a very strong and a very solid base in the South. So if he knows that the South is already sure banker for him, then you can say that he's playing that politics to the North to see what he can get to add on to what he has. But the South is not for him. Imo State is not even for him, and it's certainly not. It's not an Igbo champion. Certainly not, because I think the Igbos, they detest him. In fact, they don't even detest him. Really, they just find him laughable, which is even worse. They can't even make the effort to hate him. They just laugh at him, So it doesn't. Sorry, let me just land this point and then you can come in. So it doesn't have a solid base even in the East, never mind in this old southern region. So when he's then going to the North to be building Islamic University in Daura, he even then further alienates that even very little sliver of a following that he has even just in Imo State. So I don't really see how he permutates in his favor, unless, of course, he's just playing the politics of the decisions will be made by just a few chosen people, and those are the people I need to concern myself with. Engineer, let's make your comment, and then Ajale Koko carries on. Engineer.
Okay, just a quick one. Rochas is doing very, very well.
Okay.
Yeah, because most people would disagree with what I'm saying. He is using a political idea to make his way to that stage. Listen, we are here judging Rochas. It's just words of mouth, isn't it? The foundation has not been digged yet. He just said it. And something you need to realize, Wamba, now I would disagree with what you said, because if you look, Rochas has issue with the current governor of Imo State. The current governor destroyed most of what Rochas did, and he hasn't put things in place. So if we come in terms of that area, his people, the Igbo people will support Rochas regardless of anything. That's just the truth.
You think it's
Because,
popular amongst the Igbos?
of course,
Okay, well,
Rochas is man of the people.
okay.
Compared to the spring governor that was there now, people can testify, people can say it. They can see the handwork of Rochas, and they can see the handwork
with all the money he looted. You know that he emptied that the state treasury by the time when he was handing over.
We know.
Okay.
Jale Koko, you know that Nigerians like voting for corrupt people anyway. So when they don't care if you are corrupt, they will just, once you cite them, they will jump out and vote for you. So that's
if you can't beat them, you join them.
You join them. That's the Nigerian culture, man.
Thank you. This is what is happening.
But let me tell you, you are looking at it. That is old Nigeria. The new Nigeria now.
We have new Nigeria now.
Yeah.
No, we do have a new Nigeria. You are part of it, so you should know.
No, it's the same old Nigeria. I know that. I still know.
The thing is,
the old and new is the same Nigeria, man.
All right. Let Ajale Koko carry on.
Carry on.
We are progressing into a new Nigeria. You see agitation for Biafra state, agitation for Yoruba land. So the psychology is changing. It's not the way it used to be, and this agitation is going to have effect on the next election. The way the next election is going to play out, the agitation for those nations, the effect of it is going to play out in the next election. So we don't even know where there's going to be a next election. We don't know how it's going to play out. So, but to think that, to conclude that, oh, it's going to play out the way it used to play out. No. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. So what
the masses are still the same, to be honest.
Just like one man said, he did not help himself at all with that strategy. That is not the way to do it. You have to settle your home first before you go and settle outside. So it did not, it is appealing to the North. It's not appealing to its own people. You are appealing to the Northern power. You are not appealing to your people. Your people are your base. You have to take care of your base first. So Tinubu cannot, it's the power of Tinubu is weakened already in Yoruba land by this Yoruba agitation for Yoruba nation, has weakened Tinubu political power in the West. That is a fact. The same thing, politicians like Okorocha and some of them, the agitation for has weakened their power in the East. So playing to Awuta game is going to further harm their ambition, because a lot of people will go more crazy against them.
Ajale Koko, do you think these politicians understand the strength of feeling of this new space that we're in? That people do really want these things that they are pushing for, and the narrative really has changed, and people are looking to ethnic politics now. Do they understand that people really feel this Biafra thing, this Osudua thing, or do they just think it's noise making? Because I don't see an understanding of that space in this move that Okorocha is making. I don't see an understanding of the Biafra agitation and the Yoruba agitation in this move that Okorocha is making. Does he know what is going on?
Yes, they do. But they have one thing in their head. And that thing is that they will rig the election. They have the money. They have the police. They have everything to rig the election and put themselves in power. So that is in their head. They believe they can still rig the election. So the people does not count. That is the way they have been playing. They are winning the election. So it is not by the power of the people that they get to power, but by the power of the state, the bigger power, or the federal power, or whatever power, godfatherism power that they uses with the support of the police that get them to power. So that one is still in their head that, oh, just leave those guys agitating, just leave them. Those ones are just making noise. But they do not have it in their head that situation has changed now, that hunger is killing people, inflation is killing people, and people are more angry now than ever before. People are more angry than ever before, and people are angry at them. They didn't get that part. They
Yeah, this is what I was trying to get at. That they don't seem to have an understanding of what is going on.
Angry. People are more angry at them now. So, and they still feel that, oh, they can still rig their way in.
Business as usual.
Business as usual. So, but they're going to get the shocker of their life. Some of them might even run away. Can you imagine the state governor? Look at him in the Imo state. Sitting governor, look at the way they went and attacked his house. Can that happen before? They went and attacked, they burned down his house and burned down his, what do you call it? That luxurious car, Rolls Royce.
Mm.
It can never happen before, but it is changing. People are getting more violent. People are getting more angry at these people. So it's going to play out in 2023 because they will want to rig the election by all means. And people will want to resist them, and there's going to be big problems. There's going to be crisis, and that is what is going to play out. But let's wait and see. It's a matter of time. We will see what is going to happen.
All right. Talking about crisis and waiting to see, let's stay in the East, but then let's take the entirety of the space. The Biafra sit at home are a bit of a contentious space at the moment. NNAMDI Kanu's own brother has come. And by the way, apparently there are exams taking place tomorrow, examinations that affect people's lives, but they are telling them to sit at home anyway. So essentially, they are going to end up losing a year because I don't think the government will facilitate for them sitting at home, especially when they are waging against the government. So that is just a subplot. But really, the threat now that is being made to people that are just the headline, and these are direct quotes from, of course, the lead voice, their media spokesperson, Emma Powerful. Anyone who dares come out on Monday in the Southeast will regret their life. So this is something that I have always wanted to have as a conversation, but I've always buckled by the weight of the pushback, that space is essentially a coercion and intimidation. And that, of course, is the language of coercion and intimidation. But then, of course, that and then the subplot of how that sit at home impacts on people's lives, students not sitting exams, people not earning a living. So all of that are your comments, Ajale Koko.
Yes, I don't support that strategy of coercion and intimidation. You can't intimidate people not to go about their daily business. It's like you are trying to practice. What you are fighting against is what you are trying to practice as well. You practice against. We attacking Buhari for not following the rule of law, and you don't want to allow people to enjoy their right of freedom of movement and freedom of expression and stuff like that. It's not a strategy that I support. I have talked against that in some of our sessions in the past. It's not a good strategy. Unlike what NNAMDI Kanu brother said, the statement is issued that they are trying to.
People are sitting exams. Forget it at home. People are sitting exams that were affected. What are you talking about? You are
Yes,
costing them
yes.
a year of their life by preventing them from doing
Well,
that.
they said but they said it wasn't the NNAMDI Kanu brother that made that comment. That the Nigerian media are just playing their games.
Is that
That's
what
what they
they
said.
said? I didn't read that in the
That's what I
readout.
heard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could
Uh,
be. It,
Kanunta Kanu is the person they are making the attribution to. Kanunta Kanu, younger brother of the IPOB leader, in a release on Sunday, said the planned sit-at-home directive had been suspended to allow students in the geopolitical zone to participate in the National Examination Council NECO examination. So there you are. The attribution was made to him, but you are saying that that has been debunked.
well, so I like the statement of that guy that they should be considerate about the children that are going to take their West African examination tomorrow. I mean, that's enough to suspend it. And I mean, it shouldn't have to be tomorrow. You can do it anytime. Monday
Or
is
even the following Monday. I mean, what,
yeah,
so what? I mean, a Monday
yeah,
is a Monday, isn't it?
yeah. So uh, I don't support that strategy. I don't think it's a good strategy because they said they're going to be doing it every Monday. Is that their or
No,
every
every first Monday of the month.
every first Monday? Look, um, that strategy, if they embark on it, is people going to get tired of it? People going to dislike it, and they'll be losing supporter. It's not a good strategy. You can't stop people from going about their. I mean, we understand, like the one they did last to show how Igbo people are in support of IPOB. You know, the one they did in October. When was that? Maybe like 2 months.
May,
May.
end of May.
That
Yeah.
one, yeah, that one they did. That one was okay, but you want to be doing it first Monday of every month. I mean, you don't pay people for for their daily bread. Why do you want to force them to? That is not even the way to show solidarity to Kanu. It's not the best way. The best way is that any day that he has a court case, they should mobilize Igbo. All Igbos should go to Abuja and show their support and show their presence there for the administration to see that Igbo people are fully behind this guy, because Abuja is the seat of power. If Igbo people go there en masse in thousands of buses rather, yes, that is how they can show to them that, look, we are strongly behind this guy. If anything happened to him, yes, we are ready. We are ready for you. That is the way to show you, but not to deny your people from going about their daily bread, going about their businesses.
It'll be interesting. You're coming in a moment, Rational Mind. It'll be interesting if some statistician is able to crunch numbers and give us figures as to the commercial, the financial impact of this one-off Mondays. Because Nnamdi Kanu is going to be there for the foreseeable, so it's going to be
yes.
At least I don't
It's
see
going
him
to be
out
there
in
for
at
a long
least
time.
10 months, if not a year. So
Yes.
what would be if some statistician can crunch the numbers and give us figures as to the financial impact on that space of that Monday sit at home? Monday being the first day of the
First
week
day.
and the
Yeah.
most important day of the week.
Yeah.
You wanted to comment on that, Rational Mind?
Let me just say something. You see, when I said the other time that a while ago, I said that in my powerful, they said Nnamdi Kanu brother said something, and in my powerful countered it, saying they should disregard it. That is where the old idea of maybe he did not say it came from. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu brother did not say it. Or maybe it was the Nigerian politician Nigerian media under the control of the Nigerian government. They're trying to So, but then if however be the case, what I'm just saying there is that if truly that Nnamdi Kanu brother said that, and IPOP is not countering it, but the thing is, are we saying these guys they don't have this unity among themselves? Why would he come and say that without even consulting with the rest of the IPOPs, and then asking for their views as to that. So that's to tell you that there's this whole thing. It's like there's this disunity among them, kind of. I see that too. Then another thing I want to say is what Ajalekuko was saying. You see, you are running from, like somebody who was trying to run from fire into fry pan, or how do they say it? Now you use this rhetorics of this cohesion, like you are coercing people to obey you, to follow, and then
even threatening them, intimidation.
Threatening them,
yeah, I mean,
it's the same thing they were running from the
they will
Nigerian
regret
states.
their life. Well, is that not is that not what Buhari said? The lesson of their. Well, how is that different?
That's what I'm saying. They need to sit down and look at their strategy. This their disunity. This one saying this, that one saying this, another place. It makes them look like these people are not really organized among themselves. I mean, and using this force. I mean, threat of force, like we're going to beat you, or we're going to beat you, or we're going to kill you. It should not be. This is what is known with the Nigerian states and totalitarian states, like like the North Korea and Iran. And then you're using this kind of rhetorics too among yourselves. I mean, that's to tell you that even though if you eventually get this your Biafra, how we sure it's not going to be the same, So that's just what I want to say.
Light. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ajanle Koko. I'll take you to the last story, but before I do that, let me acknowledge Alexander's super chat because it speaks to the story that we're going to next. It says, Nigerians were busted back in the day with a Ghanaian passport because they couldn't speak the common language of Ghana, which is Twi, and couldn't even name their village or villages in Ghana. Ghanaians are extremely patriotic. So Alexander's super chat is to that space where the Ghanaian passport now has a free pass, unfettered access to Dubai. And of course, the Nigerian passport continues to be constrained and restrained, even though we're the biggest players in terms of economy, in terms of travelers taking money into that country. So to that space, the Ghanaians having unfettered access to Dubai and Nigerians being restrained. Ajanle Koko.
You see, Nigeria has lost her glory. And that is why all this thing is happening to that nation. It is unfortunate that this is happening to that nation. A nation with a huge population, largest population in Africa, largest black nation in the world, and can be treated like a garbage everywhere. You see, the bad leadership have turned what's supposed to be asset to liability. Who want to do business with liability? Who want to do business? Who want to have anything to do with liability? Nobody. That is why they are pushing everywhere. They don't want Nigeria. They don't want to do it. That is why Twitter, with all the bigger population, we have 70 million subscribers. Twitter user in Nigeria, compared to Ghana that have just only 5 million, and they took their headquarters to Ghana. So we are liability. That is why they don't want to. What is it that you want to do with Nigeria that is convenient to do? Is it business you want to go and do in Nigeria that is convenient? Is environment convenient for business? No, it's a hostile environment, and the leadership too. They are corrupt leadership. There's nothing you want to do with Nigeria that you won't go with hell. Everybody says that these people, the United Arab, Dubai, they have experienced they have had a bad experience with Nigeria as a nation.
Ajanle Koko, did you see the clip? There was one clip that was making the rounds a couple of weeks ago about all these cult boys from Nigeria that went to Dubai, and they were doing their cult fighting in Dubai, and they went into some apartments with knives and machetes, and they just savaged each other. Blood everywhere, bodies everywhere. All this cult behavior. That hush puppy. Money laundering, all this prostitution, all this, so
nobody.
That's not the country they want to build. They want a country because Dubai once upon a time was almost crime free.
Yeah, they don't want that kind of, and that is what Nigeria nation has turned Nigerian to. Those children that are supposed to be asset, the moral decadence. That is what they went and displayed in because they took cultism there to that. They don't want. They took what do you call this the Ashawo business like you mentioned. They don't want that kind of thing. And the leadership themselves, they have seen that these are worse people to deal with. These are corrupt people. They don't like them. They don't want that kind of.
Nobody really likes the Nigerian. We are amongst ourselves, so we can speak freely. Nobody really likes the Nigerian. They view us either with suspicion, although there are women like us anyway. We can't say that all the international women love Nigerians, but generally we're just viewed with suspicion internationally that these people, just shifty and dirty people, coming here to corrupt our space. This is how they say Nigerians.
They don't want. Look, if Dubai allow Nigerians to continue flowing into their country like that, the way they are doing with the politicians, these politicians, the way they destroy Nigeria, that's the same way they go and destroy Dubai. They will carry that corrupt practices there. They will start teaching the people of that space all these corrupt practices and all the rest of this. Before you know, all their officials too, we key into that corrupt practices, and boom, that will start affecting their space. So that this leadership, these politicians in Nigeria, they are the worst people ever. They don't want them in US. They don't want them in Europe. They don't want them anywhere. They are the one causing problem for that country. So Dubai having this visa-free treaty with Ghana.
Yeah.
Look, Ghana is the rising star in black nation now in West Africa, in black African nation. Ghana is number one now. If you talk to average black American, they want to go to Ghana. All of them want to go to Ghana. If you
I agree.
If you discuss with average, not white, I'm talking about black.
Yes, you know,
black America, out of 10,
yeah,
you will see 7 will say, I want to go to Ghana. If you ask them, where do you want to go? So, I would like to go to Ghana.
And Gambia, they are going to the Gambia too.
So, one discuss with him, say, oh, I've been to Ghana, I want to go to Nigeria. I asked him, I said, do you know anybody there? He said, no. He said, I will just... I said, you have to...
Actually, I disagree. Man. One man, their number one destination where they want to go is Nigeria, but because they heard that Boko Haram thing on TV, that's why. Other than that, everybody wants to go to Nigeria.
All of the samplings, because I'm in this space. If you go on YouTube, you see them all going to Ghana. Some have actually moved to settle.
No, Ghana's zone is different. Ghanaian government invite them. Yeah, you have to understand.
Yeah, year of return. Yeah, the year of return.
And even before that, you have to understand that. Let me tell you one quick history. You have to understand that W.B. Du Bois, one prominent black American guy, was a friend of Nkrumah, and he moved to Ghana, and he actually died in Ghana. So the whole Pan-Africanist thing has been going on in Ghana since the 60s. So black Americans they were already going to Ghana since the 60s, so that's a different case.
Yes, for the last 20 years, Stevie Wonder has been living in Ghana too, peacefully and quietly. Yeah.
Those are the things that influences the African American. That's what they see. That's what they see. A lot of their people traveling to Ghana, going back there to live, and they give them they give them citizenship. Those are the things that entices them, that they want to go. So it is not that the only thing that they want to go to is just because of those musicians. That's why they
and the rest of them.
I will tell you what will shock you. Do you know that in the 60s, the two places that the black Americans were going back then was Yoruba land and Ghana, because the Yoruba Oba, Oba in the 60s back then was engaged in the Pan-Africanist thing going on in America, and he established a kingdom in black American neighborhood in a place in South Carolina called Yotunji Village, where they were Yoruba land were heavily involved in the Pan-Africanists in the 60s, that civil rights thing. So the too many black Americans that went to Ghana also settled in Yoruba land. Many of them, they just more quiet in Yoruba land. So the Yoruba region was a Pan-Africanist. Well, everything, even Fela was a Pan-Africanist. You know, they were very involved in the whole civil rights thing.
Oh yes,
But what
yes,
killed
you're
is that
right.
the Northerners, when the Northerners started ruling, they have no knowledge of those things. So Nigeria just became a country that's not even involved in any of those global black politics. You know, so that's what destroyed the whole. Because many of them would tell me stories that I didn't even know. Many of those old African Americans, they'll tell me about the Obas in Yoruba land were very involved in their
Oh yes,
struggles in
yeah,
the
you are
60s.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I may say something, let me say
Okay.
something.
No, sorry to interrupt you, Rational Mind. I think Baba Kore has other commitments and he might have to leave us
Okay.
fairly soon. So if we just give him the space, so at least we hear his voice, if just for a moment before he has to leave us. So Baba Kore, quickly to you. I know you want to speak, especially on the runaway professor.
Not really.
Professor,
The issue is that
Professor Bebe.
what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come back because it's going to be. I don't want to rush on those topics.
Okay, all
So
right.
it's not going to take me much time. It's like 15 minutes. So when I finish, I will
Okay.
come back.
Okay, we'll be here. Thank you, Baba Kore. So, back to you, Ajanle Koko. But before I come back to you, Alexander pays you a compliment. I think really it was the passion that he heard in your voice when you were speaking to that Professor Akintoye space that made him super chat this. So this is what Alexander super chats at you, Ajanle Koko. He says, Aja, Bere, Omo Yoruba Atata. The pride in your voice speaks volume. So Aja Bere, Omo Yoruba Atata. The pride in your voice speaks volume. So that bere to the non-Yorubas means well done, well done. It's sort of like a hailing, that
Yeah,
well done.
yeah.
It's not quite, because as I say, the Yoruba language is too rich and too nuanced to really translate literally to English. But the nearest is well done, well done.
That's
A
that's a bad word though.
Bere.
Very, yeah.
But Alexander is a steeped in the wool, full-blood
Very.
Lagosian,
You
So
know that Yoruba
Bere.
listeners.
I was thinking he's saying Igbedweri. Igbedweri.
Iberiberism.
Yeah.
No, it's Berry. Yeah. So thank you for that. Do you want to quickly comment on this Dynamis clip that we watched of that guy giving an account of his interaction with Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS facility? And Nnamdi Kanu insisting that when he gets out in the public, he should go and please inform that he was in court in Kenya chasing women. So, do you want to speak just briefly to that, and then we're going to Mike. No, we're going to Prof. Engineer. Yeah.
Can you imagine a lawless country? How should people wear a shirt with a message that Buhari? What is the message on their shirt?
Buhari must go. That's just it. And then
And
for that,
they landed in DSS prison. Oh God, that's a shame. These are the things that these people see around the world, and that is why they distance themselves. That's why they don't want to do anything with that country. They are watching the situation in Nigeria. Great nations around the world, they are watching the situation with keen interest. And this man is with his killer must go. DSS, they are committed a lot of atrocities against Nigeria. Look at it. Actually, people should be taken to prison just because of wearing shirts. This will not stop people. Yesterday, I was watching a video too. Some guys at the mosque, they wear the same shirt. They were having ablution. They were like maybe six of them. They were having that. They wear the same shirt, and they are saying that they don't care, that they should come and take them to prison if they want to take them to prison. So people will start resisting, coming up against these people. They haven't seen anything. They will see more resistance prior to 2023. So, but that guy, for the video he said, I think for that video he made, I think it's a moral booster to IPOB members and supporters of Kanu that is in good condition and is hale and hearty, and I really commend him for doing that video. Is a morale booster for every IPOB members, and Kanu is well described by him that as a very compassionate person, that he shared food with them, and he tried to
ginger their spirit.
Ginger their spirit and stuff like that. So it's good. It's good. We like such kind of news, to help Kanu supporters and IPOB
with their
members.
morale.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Ajale Koko. Before I go on to engineer, let me acknowledge Alexander's super chat. So I keep on saying, the super. Sorry, I'm getting feedback. The super chats are not the exclusive preserve of Alexander, so everybody really has my permission to use it. But Alexander uses it this time around to say this, and is speaking to that space also that Ajan Lekoko was speaking to earlier. So Rochas Okorocha is a master politician. He is brilliant and a detribalized Nigerian, albeit corrupt like every other politician in Nigeria. No exception. So a fan of Rochas Okorocha, Alexander, he has never made any bones about that or any apologies about that. And he is very insistent that Rochas Okorocha is a master tactician in politics, and this again he's citing as another example of that. So thank you for the super chatter, Alexander. So to you, engineer, we come, and you know what the talking points are. Pa Akintoye on the run, or is easy. Ajale Koko would not hear such a language. Rochas Okorocha building Islamic University in Daura, and the IPOB movement threatening anybody that doesn't sit at home. Good to see you, engineer.
Good to see you too, one man. Good evening, everyone, and good to see you all. Well,
what's up, engineer?
Yes, Ajale Koko. Hey.
This capo where you put for today, this one different too.
My Yoruba dressing is on the way coming, so I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait to face one man when I get that dress. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, before you go, that Yoruba dressing, was it the measurement before or after you started all this food eating that you've been eating all the heavy drinking and the food eating? Or will Madam have to lose the You think we are monitoring you, I'm going to send a scale to your house to weigh you soon.
I copied that from Ego and you.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
If you can't beat them,
engineer look like engineer is gaining weight. Look at his face; he's getting robust now.
You get as big as me soon.
I'll be doing exercise very soon. So the weather is a bit okay for now. Okay. Well, back to reality. Listen, our professor is going to Benin. You see, if we look at history of Yoruba's top leaders, what is happening to them? If they come out to do good in the country called Nigeria, what do you think will happen? Look at what they did to Abiola. Look at what they did to Fela's mom and Fela himself. So things like that, we need to recall our memory back to reality. What happened years back? The country has turned into something that if you come out to say the truth, there's only one language. They will look for you to kill you. That's the language. And with the present government, it's such a shame, and it's a disgraceful. When we come to reality, Baba Akintoye, because I don't want to use a voice that Ajale Koko would throw that heavyweight voice on me now. So let me just calm situation down. I think he went to Benin to drink the coffee that one man is saying, coffee no sugar. I think it's one of the things that he went there to drink and to stay away from the problem of that country called Nigeria. Everybody likes their life.
Are you accusing Papa of being a runaway soldier?
No. He went to relax to have his own
Of course,
coffee.
he excused himself.
Yeah, of course, because the first question you ask is, did people like coffee?
This is it.
So Papa went there to go and sit down and enjoy his coffee too.
Stylishly
Say
dodgy.
your mind. Say your mind, engineer.
Oh.
Say your mind.
Papa is on a 2-year sabbatical in Benin Republic.
The thing is, the country has turned to
Back in
something else.
2023.
The country
Don't
has
mind
turned to
one man.
something
Just
else.
say your mind.
The thing is, Baba went there to relax, to be honest. And apart from that, if Nigeria, if you look, I keep saying it. If you look at previous Yoruba top leaders and the strong voice coming out, anyone that is trying to say something in Nigeria as it is now, they will hunt them and they will do anything, either their life or they will end up being in jail. So one has to be careful. You have to have plan B. Plan B, you can go to another country and maybe claim asylum or relax there till after all these evil leaders, they come to conquer or they come to destroy the country. They still have 2 years to go. So things like these things can happen, not because of one evil man and just he's on power and he decide to do anything he feels like to do, and it's wrong. So one has to think very, very well, and one has to be very careful. If our brother Sunday Igboho will leave that country for this demonic and satanic government, so what else will you do? At least what they did to him would show a good example to everybody that, if you want to say something about Nigeria, you have to think very, very well, apart from the people who lives abroad. So it's just like, so it's a lesson to learn. So this is what is happening. The man may go to Benin to run for his life, or he may go there to relax for the time being after the tension or everything, then he'll be back. So that's just the truth. Because not because of him, another people die for nothing. You understand? So sometimes we need to think about how maybe he put things into consideration in order for people not to pass through all what happened in with Sunday Igboho to happen to him as well, or to any of his people around that area. So one has to be very, very careful in that sector. So that's the only thing I can say regarding our professor.
Okay, let me take you to the east, engineer, and to the IPOP movement and the way they are handling this sit at home, and set that against the backdrop of the fact that Monday is actually a day for a key exam for the youth in that space. All the schools, of course, and all the markets places, they are all shut down at the directive of these people, and they are telling you that if you don't stay at home, this is what they are saying. They say anyone who dares come out on Monday in the southeast will regret their life. So this is what they are saying. So, so to that, engineer, let's hear what you have to say about it.
You see, the problem. You see, this such comment, I call it useless and ridiculous. The reason why I say so, these people, you are doing well, you end up saying those kind of things. You are making a stupid and woefully huge mistake. The reason why I'm saying is huge mistakes. Let me justify it. Look, They are given chance for this Fulani army men to pop into that land. What is wrong with these people? Are they blind or are they deaf? You understand? Because now, look, these people, they are finding way to penetrate into South. Why would you come out and be saying such kind of words? You understand? If you don't stay at home, we'll do this, we'll do that. Who are you? Why are you making things worse? Are they not tired of people dying in that country? What is wrong with these people, man? Sometimes, I don't know. It's like the level of the hunger is making some
But
people to start
engineer, surely
misbehaving.
if they feel the need
Hmm?
to issue that threat, then that tells you that they don't have confidence in the level of support that they claim they have. Because if you are saying that the people are fully behind you, in fact, you should even be begging them that don't overdo it, not I will force you to do it. So if you feel
No,
that you have to force them to do
no,
it,
man.
then we start to question the level of support that you claim you have.
Exactly. Come on. It's come on. Let's use our brain, innit? This brain is not for foolishness. It's for something. You are opening your mouth, threatening your own people that they are hungry, they are suffering. Huh? And you're saying if they don't stay at home. So what are you, what kind of image are you showing now that IPOB they are? You understand? Full animal will be there sitting, watching. He knows what to do. When you start giving that kind of stupid threat, what do you think they're gonna do? The Imo State governor said, okay, he will report to Abuja branch. He will report to his godfather. What do you expect? And these are the things they're waiting for a long time, for them to pop into that territory. This is what is going to happen. Because once these people, you start giving this kind of stupid and nasty threat, what do you think is going to happen? Then tomorrow you see thousands of Fulani army will fool the road, didn't it? So who will start feeling the pain?
Yeah, that even opens
Uh-uh.
that window for because
So
the
what
army with
is
them will
wrong
say
with
that
these
they are
people,
going
man?
in
They are sick, man.
to protect people.
Exactly. They are sick. They are disgusting. For you to
So,
come out and start giving that kind of
engineer, do you see where maybe my choice of words are
uh,
crude or something like that? But do you see what I'm speaking to when I'm saying that a brain is needed in that space? Because that's it at home. Well, you may or may not disagree, but it's an effective and a potent weapon. But how they manage the information of it is also as something that has to be delicately balanced. So if you are saying that you would that they will regret their life if they don't sit at home, then that already weighs sympathy against you. That look, are you now forcing the? So this is why I'm saying that they need some clever people now to help them manage the space that they now
exactly.
occupy
You
because
see,
it's beyond the capacity of the people who got them to that. It's not them are powerful that will manage the situation now, or even Nandi Kanu himself. They need
tomorrow,
proper brains, people with brains. They need.
tomorrow they will be blaming the Fulanis. Look at it now. You're trying to open your door. They are opening the gates of South so that the Fulani will penetrate. What will happen? You say sit at home. By the time you realize they put in army on the road, army will troop in. Then what do you expect again? Second move, you will see the cows. They will be passing through the bush. You ESN, you come out and start attacking the cow. And what do you think is going to happen? Come on, let's use let these people use their brain, innit? You have to think very well, man. These people need help, man. Honestly, because
They do
this
need
this
help. That's just
this
that. I
this
think
this
it's just clear that they do.
yeah, this kind of threat. Come on, it's just ridiculous.
It's just schoolboy stuff,
I
isn't it? It's schoolboy.
I no, they didn't do well, man. In that area, no, 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 no. I disagree
I
with
think
that,
they did.
Uh,
man. Mm.
sorry, who was that? Okay. Sorry, I thought somebody
Y-
wanted to come in.
Yeah, so
Um,
I disagree with that, man. I'm disappointed.
Okay, let me take you completely outside of Nigeria and let's go to Dubai. The weather is warm and the Ghanaians are now going to be trooping there en masse, of course, because they don't need a visa. So this MOU that has been signed between Ghana and Nigeria further highlights the mess that Nigeria is in. So Ghana, Dubai, and then Nigeria, of course, that poor relative looking through the window as these two people feast. What says you?
Yeah, to be honest, congratulations to Ghana. That's first thing I'll say. And well done for doing well and for things to go well in that area. But if you look at it, Dubai, very soon, not this year, not Dubai, they already knew that in future their oil is going to finish. So they're very smart too. What do you think they will do? First thing they do, they start beautifying the country, make it like a tourist place. And unfortunately, our people, our politicians, our young lads, they went there to mess about. And if you look, most things now, people are even scared of Nigerians. So what would they do? Everything now is shifting to Ghana. You know what I mean? Because it's just like what Ajale Koko was saying, what Mike said. Mike made a good point. Is because of most Black Americans, they really want to come to Nigeria because Nigeria is a happening country. But due to the insecurity that is happening in that country, everyone has to channel their destination to Ghana. And if you look, Ghana is not that big compared to Nigeria. And most people, it's just the insecurity and what is happening currently in Nigeria. That's why you see every foreign company, they're moving to Ghana. That's just the truth, nothing but the truth. But it's unfortunately that the level of how our country is seeing a Ghanaian, moving forward, well, it's something.
It's just so painful,
everyone,
isn't it? It's like an Englishman seeing a Frenchman
aye,
progress. It's not
one
something you
man,
want to see. Eh?
it's
I
a
mean,
slap to Nigerian. And if you
remember
look,
those days when we would say ordinary Ghana, common Ghana. This is
we
what
have
we
we
used to say,
have Ghana
ordinary
must
Ghana.
go.
But now it's not ordinary or
You
common
know,
Ghana anymore.
those
It's
days
super
there's a
Ghana.
bag they call Ghana must go. Up to
Yes.
date now, we are still selling it, but today I think they will turn the table around and say Nigeria
Nigeria
must
must
go.
go. But
So
they are
this is
doing
what
that,
is
can't
happening.
they? Look at how they are
Ex-
flogging us every day in that country.
Exactly. And look, there's another country that do you know they are allowed to come to England. They gave them visa free as well. One African country. They have a summit here with Buhari as well. He came for the
Is
summit.
it Swaziland or something like that?
No, it's one African country
No,
because
Swaziland is Africa and it's in southern Africa. It's a tiny
they
little
said
kingdom.
they demanding nurses from that region to come because due to this Brexit, a lot of European nurses they are leaving as well. So to make life easy for England as well, they have to make agreement between the African country for them to. But if you look in Nigeria, as of Nigerian today, thousands of doctors, they're everywhere. If you look everywhere in the world, Nigerian, they're one of the best doctors. But what do you think is happening? If that country is good, today we'll be among the people that our people here will be looking for us. We'll be looking for Nigerians to come and give them that supporting hand. But it's unfortunately that the level of what is happening now is just ridiculous. And
All right. Thank you, engineer. Just finally to the clip we played, the Dunamis returnee from the DSS facility bringing messages of hope from Nnamdi Kanu and denying that he went to Kenya to chase down a fat-bottomed girl. So to that, just yeah.
one man, these people, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? When you come to Nigerian issue,
Did you see that? Did you see the video clip that I played?
No, I didn't see the video clip earlier.
Right. Let me just give you a little snippet. This is.
Seeing that their narrative going outside all around to Nairobi with a woman. He told me that he wanted to send that message out and correct that narrative. So I told Nigerians and all the IPOB members that scandal that the federal government are trying to use to rubbish him and rope him to the mud. Martin Nnamdi explained that he was kidnapped in Kenya at the airport. Boots outside the airport and drove off. wasn't there with any woman, and he said I should tell Nigerians to ask question that if he was there with a woman, who is she, how is she, and what brought him there to see a woman.
Okay, engineer, that guy you saw on your screen, it was one of the 5 people that they arrested at Dunamis Church for wearing a Buhari must go T-shirt, and they locked them up in the DSS facility. So whilst in the DSS facility, they interacted with NNAMDI Kanu. So he has now been released from the DSS. So he is now giving an account of his interaction with NNAMDI Kanu. So he gave an account of how NNAMDI Kanu told him he was kidnapped and renditioned, and he made great play of telling that NNAMDI Kanu wants the world to know that he was not in Kenya to chase women, which is a narrative that was circulating. So fat bottom girls in Kenya and NNAMDI Kanu, he seeks to dispel that rumor.
Yeah, but we know that's a bluntly lie. Come on, how? Because if that is true, the ladies obviously they'll be flying on social media, innit? Those ladies they will be part of the celebrity that will happen this 2021. So we know clearly that they're lying, you know. Whoever that says that, it's up to them. All we know that Nigerian, they kidnapped that guy, and that's it. But there's a question I want to throw to everybody on this platform, one man, right? If today NNAMDI Kanu said he repented, and Sunday Igboho said they all repented, will they be free to work in Nigeria?
Free from whom? The masses or the authorities?
Free from the authorities.
No, they'll be free from the authorities, but I don't think they'll be free from the masses, because the masses will see it as the highest form of treachery. If NNAMDI Kanu or Igboho recants and say that they are no longer for what they've just pushed so hard, do you know how many lives have been lost to that Biafra narrative in just this is new incarnation, this new Biafra thing that they are doing? Do you know how many lives have been lost? And then the arrowhead will suddenly say that it's not doing anymore, and people will let him go.
But what about
Omar, I don't agree with you, Omar.
Wait, what about
history shows that the Nigerian people forgive. You have to understand that Ojukwu gave up the Biafra, and the Igbo people still love him.
NNAMDI Kanu will say it's not doing Biafra anymore, and he will freely walk down the road in Imo State, Anambra State, Abia State.
Yeah,
you think so?
Ojukwu gave up Biafra now, but they still loved him. So I mean, when you see even given titles,
no,
so they forgive.
Defeated, no, though he did not give up. He was defeated.
No. He gave up the whole this thing. In fact, he even became friends with the Gowon and all of them. So and people still love him. These people still forgive him and love him. So I mean, history has shown that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, engineer. So we've been hearing you chiming in. Go on, engineer.
Yeah, but something we need to understand here. What you say? The repentant bandit that they released, was it a month or 2 months ago? We all know they're not Nigerians. They released them. So have they bothered to check on them? Where did they come from? You know, so things like this, we have to weigh things the way it's supposed to wait. You understand? But it's just something I always said about Nigeria. When it comes to Nigeria issue, all of us, we know we have that a little bit anger in us because things are not working well. You know, things are really not working well. It's just like in the afternoon when I was rushing, I said to you clearly, sometimes people are blaming Buhari. They shouldn't blame him, to be honest, because he put everything in place. We all live in abroad, and we go to work. They pay us. They don't miss payment. And this is what is happening with Nigerian government and the local council, everything.
Can I interject 1 minute?
Go on.
Engineer, you said this. You said what you are saying now. You said it in the morning. You said we should not blame Buhari, that he gave them everything. He didn't give them nothing.
Okay.
He didn't give them nothing. Look, you know the problem that we went through on Amotekun. You know, they didn't want to approve it. Malami, you see the way he stood on the way not to let Amotekun registered or came to being until when Yoruba people fought and they said they're gonna take him to court, and Akeredolu stood up against him and stuff like that. So, and on the security, is the sole responsibility of the federal government to provide security. It didn't equip, let me tell you, it did not equip the police at all. Not adequately. You know, when you are talking of adequate, it did not equip them adequately. It's a different thing. That means maybe from 0 to 10, maybe give them like 4. But they were not giving nothing, no equipment, nothing for the police. It's the state governor, it's the state governors that are equipped. All those vehicles you see, patrol vehicles, are donated by the state governor. If the state governor pull back today,
you know that private businesses are even donating. Dangote donates.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the state governors pull back, you look, the crime rate will rise to the roof in that country. All those things you see the governors are doing. I mean, all those vehicles you see they are parading around their road, is the state government that's giving it to them. State government is giving them money. So
Buhari is only giving money to the army. That's his problem. He's only giving money to the army. You know?
Yeah. So the police is not funding the police that we are even under him. It's the state governors out of their own money that is given to them. So Buhari failed in his own responsibility. So we have to blame him. Don't say that we should not blame that man. And even just like you mentioned now, even the army, like you said, they are not adequately equipped as well. That's why they cannot win the war.
It's not necessarily. I think they are not spending money. They are not prioritizing how they are spending money. They are spending money in a stupid way. They don't understand the kind of war they are fighting. What they're spending money on is things like Kanu aircraft spent $250 million on one stupid aircraft that one aircraft cannot be in 5 different locations at a time. You understand? So they don't understand war. The way they are spending the money is a senseless way. They don't understand what kind of war they are fighting, what kind of situation they are. And most of these things that they are spending more. Instead of spending 250 million on one aircraft, you could use that 250 million to recruit more police, right? More equipment for the police, soft arm for the police, right? That we occupy more spaces than an aircraft where you have to, when something has already happened before the aircraft can even land there, it will take 4 hours for an aircraft to land in, to fly from Maiduguri, wherever they are, to one state where the crime is already happening. So they don't understand warfare. They are the dumbest law enforcement or military on the planet. Anyone that's served in the U.S. military has taken courses. When you analyze the way Nigerians approach their insecurity, you know these people don't have brain. They don't understand what they are doing.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Mike.
In his own state of Castina, the governor came out yesterday to say out of 35 local government area they have, bandits are constantly attacking 10 local government constantly on daily basis.
No, they did not even say they control. I think he said that
they control. The 10 local government, 10 in his own state or in that president state. So don't let that president confuse you. That lie he was lying.
Let's be honest. Which governor in Nigeria that comes out and said he has not been paid his wages?
What? Paid
their
what?
wages. Their wages.
Their allocations.
Their allocation. Yeah, they get allocation. Are they supposed to use their allocation on the police, on the funding of the police?
Ajale Koko Buhari came out. He made a speech. Nobody challenged that speech. He said it clearly. The local councillor, if he signs how much, then he said it. Before the money will get into that or get into their hand, there are another set of people that will say, okay, if Buhari give 3 million, we are going to offer you 2 million. and they give them paper to
That
sign.
man is just trying to blame others for his own
No,
failure.
no.
He knew that, hold
what
on, engineer.
is
He
happening with
knew that the governors cannot control the police. The police, direct control of police are not under the governors. You understand what I'm saying? And the governor of Ondo State, or your state, went to him to tell him, come and help us in Ibarapa. We have this problem. He said he's sending back that go and tackle the people voted for you. Go and tackle the problem by yourself. Is that the way a president is supposed to talk?
Engineer, you have to understand that the governors are not responsible for national security issues. Those guys are not experts, they are not security experts. You understand? So a president cannot be telling governors like, go and solve your security issues. Go to your state, they vote for you. Come on, those guys are not experts in that field. You understand? So a president of a country, you are dealing with national security, we're bandits everywhere, and you are telling governors to go and solve the problem. You as a president, you're not competent because you are the president. You are the one that deal with it. External, all this, like you, it's your job to invite the security experts from all over the world to come and give you advice on how to strategize all these kind of things. You don't tell your governors go back to your state and go and kill bandits. That man is not competent.
Mike, there's something we are missing here. Is it the same governors that if people come now to rally against them, who do you think they're going to call to protect them? They will call who?
No, they can call me. I can call police to come and protect me. You yourself, somebody is attacking you, can call police to come and protect you. But what I'm saying is, the governor, listen. I'm answering your question. Let me answer your question quick.
Go on.
Buhari is telling them to go and solve the problem. You understand? Of insecurity. When he knows that these guys in their profession, they were never anywhere near security job or police. They were never police officers or army or anything.
More importantly, they are not even equipped. They don't have authority over any security apparatus.
They don't even have authority over this whole thing. They can't sit down with strategy and giving order to the IG or even telling his army what to do. So, as a president, you don't put that governor to go and solve the problem in their states. You, as the president, you are the commander in chief of the armed forces. You are in charge of the whole nation. If you don't know what to do, then get out of there. Step away.
You see, when it comes to Fulani man, this is the basic thing that Fulani man does that people don't understand. Fulani man, he don't value money. Money is nothing to him. But that power, that name, the power called power, Fulani man value power more than money, more than currency. But if you look what is happening now, most Nigerian elites, both the traditional leaders, they value money more than that power. And this is what is happening, that if today Buhari will release money, he don't care. You understand? But due to the fact that money greed, money mongers that we have in that country, they sold their pride for money. And that's why you say the bandits will go in, penetrate to do whatever they want to do. But look, they can't come out. The elite, they can't come out and say a word to Buhari. This is what is happening. If we look at it very, very well, because, come on, somebody will come to your state and massacre people and go freely. And what will you do? But if the people now, they're upset, they come against you, you'll be the first person to get thousands of security around you. You get uniform men around you. So why can't you use that uniform men to go and tackle the bandits?
How many uniform men? Yeah, 10 uniform men.
Thank you, engineer. So let's go to Mike now, who is already sharing his opinion with us.
I'll be back soon. I have this stuff from Nigeria, so I'll be back in the next.
Brilliant. Enjoy your guest. Thank you, engineer.
Thank you.
So to Mike then now, who has been sharing his opinion with us, but now he has the floor to fully express them. So, Mike, to the talking points, the IPOB movement issuing threats to people who don't sit at home. Rochas Okorocha building Islamic universities in Daura. The Nigerian passport not fit for purpose. Ghana gets unfettered access to Dubai. Nigeria continues to be constrained and restrained. And the runaway Professor Digbeja, He's on sabbatical. He did not run, no. He's just in you know, Benin Republic. He's just supervising. This is what he has gone to do. So the
Who are you talking about? Akintoye?
Professor Akintoye, he has excused himself from Nigeria to Benin Republic to go and superintend the Igboho case. I'm suggesting that, conveniently, so, but Adan Lekoko will have it otherwise. So, to all of those are your thoughts.
Well, we'll park it on your own. So you thinking he ran away, or because I don't think the man.
Well, I wouldn't say run away. I'll say excused himself, because run away is too harsh a description. But I'll say he excused himself.
You see, one mistake that Buhari is making, just like you guys were talking earlier, there were some boys that put on Buhari must go shirts, and then they were arrested, jumping the DSS custody, which is against the law. I mean, to do that, so one attitude my northern leaders have is this: they have this Sharia mentality, this Sharia law mentality that in our Sharia north, you can't talk like this, you can't talk like this, and then they bring in the attitude towards Southerners, where you speak or you see certain type of way, I will just come after you, jail you. Even the first jailing of NNAMDI Kanu, the first time, that first arrest, not the second one, when he first came in, whether he was 2012, I can't remember. The guy didn't commit any crime. All he did was talk. He announced, spoke on the radio, and it was not a crime. And he came, you just put him in prison. You didn't charge him. You kept him in prison for a whole year without charges. And those are, you're taking law into your hand. Now, the one that's going on now with the Akintoye and Igboho, this whole just attack. I think one big mistake Buhari will make, because the more they keep doing it, the more they do it to Yoruba person, the more they keep pushing Yoruba people towards considering the whole succession thing. Because in the beginning, most of us were like, okay, what's this? But that attitude and start being that arrogance. Now, if you say you want to attack Akintoye the same way you attack Igboho, say go to his house and shoot up the place and arrest him, or you know how Yoruba people feel about elders now, or obas and elders. That would be one of the worst mistake Buhari will make, because that move, it will really send I don't know, a shockwave across Yoruba land, where everybody will just be like, okay, this is a big insult. They just attack our elders' house like that. They just put our elder in prison like that. A professor, for that matter, and that alone will push the Yoruba obas to start considering succession. And the day that will happen, where the obas across Yoruba land will start considering succession, because they're fed up with the mentality or the attitude of this northern elite or Buhari or whoever. The day the obas in Yoruba land will start looking towards that, their people will follow, because people in Yoruba land follow the obas. And the moment that happens, when Yorubas decide they want to leave Nigeria, I'm telling you, if the mistake Nigerian state is making is they think they can use that approach in the east, where you go there and go and crush, the whole Biafran thing. You can do it in the west. What you don't understand is, there's a saying in the military, they say the way you fight in one terrain is different from the strategy you use to fight in one terrain is different from the one used in another terrain. The Yoruba terrain is completely different from the Igbo land terrain. You are talking, if you start a war in Yoruba land, that war will last at least 100 years, even if you have the most supreme weapons, because the Yoruba land is so huge. We have the border where the next country next to us, the people that border us are other Yorubas in Benin Republic. We have the ocean where weapons can come in. The reason why they succeed in crushing Igbo land when they go there is because the Igbo land, for one, is a small space. Do you know that the entire Maiduguri is larger than the 5 eastern states? That's why they can't crush Boko Haram, because Maiduguri is so big. I mean, Borno state is so big. So now, and another thing that's making them succeed in the whole crushing in the Igbo land is because the Igbo land is a landlocked, and their neighbors, even during the Biafran war, their neighbors were not really on the same page with them. That's why they succeeded. So if you think they can do the same thing in Yoruba land, they push the people to the extreme, where the people declare, it goes to extreme points. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is finished. So this attitude, I think, the Northern really change that mentality. They have to change that mentality, thinking it can just be crushing, because the people are going to get fed up. The Igbos are fed up with it, but the only reason why they haven't succeeded in countering you back is because their approach and their ideology of the association is just something that's not feasible. That's why. But the Yoruba agitation is entirely Yoruba, so you can't crush that. So that's my point on the what's his name?
Akintoye.
Akintoye. So I think Buhari, these guys are not thinking very well, because we want to push these Yorubas, more Yorubas that I'm talking to now, people that I knew in the past, like even last month, they were saying, "Oh, forget what I always want Nigeria. Let's forget this agitation." All of them are now looking to joining succession now, because the attitude, you can't just be crushing people, That's injustice, man. You have to discuss or find a softer way. That mentality, because you work in Igbo land, it's not going to work in Yoruba land. It's not. It's not.
All right.
And the other points, yeah.
Yeah. What about Okorocha's strategy? Is that going to work? Going to build an Islamic university in Daura, tuition free, accommodation, everything. So it's all right for some, isn't it? Free education in the north, courtesy of an Igbo man.
What you guys understand is, I tend to disagree with Ajale Koko. When Ajale Koko said that's a bad move and he's going to lose base with his people and things like that. You guys have to understand that Buhari on every election has secured 11 million votes in the north. 11 million. So that's already secure. Now, what Rochas is doing is politics. He's not playing ethnic game. He's just playing politics, because this is what's going to happen in the next election in 2023. What the APC and PDP will do is exactly what it did.
Can I interject 1 minute?
Oh, go ahead.
Mike, do you think that 11 million vote is guaranteed for him this time around with the problem?
That's what he's going for. In the north?
Yes.
I mean, he ran for election, was it 4 or 5 times? And that 11 million votes, even the last election, he still got his 11. So we know that 11 is there. Is there for him. So what Rochas is doing is going after that vote. Now, this is what you have to understand, that Rochas understand. The next election, right? This is what APC and PDP will do. They will come to an agreement the same way they did, where they allow 2 people from the same tribe to run against each other, like Atiku and Buhari. So that way it's Fulani against Fulani. So this next election, what's going to happen is either they're going to let a Yoruba person, 2 Yoruba people, 1 Yoruba in APC, 1 in PDP, to run against each other, or a Igbo person in APC and Igbo person in PDP. So that one, I'm not sure which tribe they will pick, but one of those 2 tribes is what I know that is going to run for the election, and the 2 parties will come together. So I agree that the 2 candidates must come from the same tribe. So now what Rochas is doing is, in a situation where they pick him against another Igbo person, he's already going to claim his northern 11 million votes in the north. And we all know that the way election has always gone is, once you win that north, all you need is just 1 region in the south, and that's it. That's where the election has gone the last few elections within even Jonathan time. Or Jonathan, the way he won the election was, he won the 2 southern region, and that was it. And then the moment he lost one of the southern region, that's it. He lost to Buhari. And now Buhari, as long as Buhari got his north, it's 11 million. All he needed was just 1 region. I won the Yoruba, so he won. So Rochas is going after that 11 million votes in the north. That's what he's doing. So do I like his move? But he's a politician, so I can't go against. I think it's a smart politics. That's what I think.
Okay, well, I think you are giving Rochas more credit than is due him.
It's not credit that I'm giving. I'm just saying, what he's doing is a clever politics. But it's not like I like him or anything. It's not,
All right, but
then what's the other one, Seth?
No, so the Eastern space still, the IPOB is saying that the people that do not sit at home, that they are going to teach them a lesson of their lives. So it looks as though they are learning language from the Fulanis, a thorough beating if you don't sit at home on Monday. But bear in mind also that Monday is a key examination day for young people in Nigeria. So all of that, anyone who dares to come out on Monday in the southeast will regret their life. IPOB denies suspending sit-at-home order. So to that, Mike.
Okay, so now when you are threatening your people, you are terrorizing your people. How does that affect Buhari? How will Buhari sympathize with your people if you are killing them and you are restricting them, you are making their life hard? You already know Buhari don't like Igbos. So if you are making a life, yeah, attacking other Igbos, killing other Igbos, do you think it will make Buhari cry? Or do you think it will make Buhari lose the sleep? Buhari does not care what goes on in the East, what you guys do to yourself. He does not. So that's why I always say when IPOB do things, sometimes I look at them like, okay, please, can somebody explain the sense that this thing makes? It's almost like when those people do things, I'm always like, hold on. Are these people always tell me Igbos are the smartest people in the world? But when these guys make decisions, I'm always like, okay, what the hell are you doing? Does it make sense? It, like you're telling Igbos you must sit at home every Monday. Who cares? First of all, the only part of Nigeria where any sit at home or any kind of insurgency, any attack can be going on where we affect the rest of Nigeria is Lagos or the oil area where there's oil, because those are the things that are really funding the whole Nigeria. They are really when something happens, it will affect Nigerian economy. But if you are telling me that in Abia they are sitting at home, it won't affect the economy in Kanu. It won't affect Abuja. It won't affect anybody. You are just putting restriction on your people, making the life of your fellow Igbos hard. That's what you are doing. So these IPOB people just don't. Maybe they need to find leaders that have brain, and then people will start to take them seriously. They
But
don't think.
that is what I've been saying, though. Not so much in the manner that you have just said it, but I'm saying that they've through the force of just force and chanting, they have created this entity. But how to then take it to the next level? There's no capacity within the IPOB structure to take it to the next level. So they need then to recruit senior people with, smarter thinking and more savvy of politics and managing space. They need a different type of brain, if not a better type of brain, because what we're getting is just a repeat. This is the language that they started with, isn't it? That we would deal with them, we would teach them a lesson. They are just raw aggression. So it's still the raw aggression that is still in play even at this stage. So this is really where the problem is for me for the IPOB movement.
I think what usually kill organization or movement is usually vested interest. Now, one thing we have to understand is this: the fact that money is involved, donations and all those kind of things are involved. That's what those people when they are thinking process, the thing they'll be considering first is, oh, okay, this money that's flowing in, how can we keep it flowing in? What do we need to do to make it come and flowing? What do we realize that the people they need us to be active and be because egos like when their leaders talk tough. You can talk, it doesn't have to make sense as long as it sounds tough. They believe you are leading them. You understand? So I think these hip-hop guys, they just trying to look for a way to sound tough, and so the people can continue to see them as action boys and things like that. So that's why they will look for one thing, in something actionable or something very aggressive to say, so the people can hail them and say, yeah, they are fighting. So they would do something as foolish as, if you come out, we'll kill you. We are serious about this. Oh, come on, we are POB, we are fighting. So the people, we have tough leaders now. Oh, let's donate. Let's continue to donate. So that's what it's all about. They don't have interest in going to the next level. I won't say they don't have interest, but they are more interested in the money than anything else. So that money thing has the money factor, I think, is what's really killing their whole movement. Even Kanu himself, like the moment he started collecting so much donation, he was almost like he didn't care that much anymore about the Biafra was secondary, but the money factor was a primary thing for him. So to me, yeah, I don't think those guys are going anywhere, man.
You know what you just said. I have also indicated in that direction that whenever he's chanting that efulefu at their bastards, etc. Okay, speaking to that language that you have just described, that macho machismo bravado sort of thing that chimes very well in the
Yeah,
East.
that's what these people
Oh
like.
yeah,
They like that kind of
and
language.
that is and I drew the analogy that it is similar to Davido having a concert and singing Chioma. It is just giving the people what they want, isn't it?
What they
Really.
want to hear, yeah.
So
And when you give them what they want to hear, they're willing to pay you for it to keep
of
doing it.
course, this is it. It's simple enough. There's nothing complex to it. But and I'm sure the people are aware that it's doing that, but they're too blinded by just that whatever it is to see it in the way that others see it. But still with Nande Kanu, did you see that little video clip that we played? The Dunamis guy that was detained and ended up in DSS custody and came back to just give an account of his interaction with Kanu in custody.
I watched it, but I didn't get his points. I didn't know what he was. Well, I didn't really get what he was trying to say. What was he saying? What was
I don't really think he said anything especially important. Some of the stories making the rounds as to why Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya was that he went there to chase women. So this guy was saying that Nnamdi Kanu was debunking that story in the DSS facility to him. So he's then coming out into the public space to say that Nnamdi Kanu is debunking that story, that he did not go to Kenya to chase women.
So whether I go to chase women or not, I mean, is that the most important thing? Should that be the most important thing right now today?
No. He also sent out a rallying call to his people that to remain resolute, because he remains unbowed. So those were the two messages that came out, really. The message of defiance as to the struggle, and trying to debunk the fat-bottomed Kenyan girl narrative.
First of all, one man. So this guy was arrested separately from Kanu, right? It wasn't the same.
No.
Moment.
Do you remember the story that made the round? Some people that were saying Buhari must go.
Buhari
They
must
had it
go.
on the and then they were worried to a church, and then that church called the DSS to come and arrest them. So the DSS arrested them, and they ended up along the same wing of the DSS facility with Nnamdi Kanu. So they interacted with him then, and then after they were released, this is their account of their interaction with Kanu.
First of all, woman, do you honestly believe that DSS will arrest that kind of guy and actually put him in the same room as
No,
Kanu?
I do not, to be honest with you. That was the first thing I thought, that I don't think they will mix you two together. Firstly,
they don't even want us to see his face. They don't even want his lawyer to see his face. They don't even want his lawyer to see his face. Talk less of one ordinary guy that they'll put him in the same room. So gonna be interacting with, kind of be leaking out messages. We all know the guy's a liar. So typical.
We know that the DSS are dumb, but they are not that dumb.
They are not that dumb, you know.
Mike, man, stop it.
Mikey.
I hope you are not confused. You know that you are one is
No, I'm talking about
banning, because the Igbo people have been telling me to ban you, Mike. That you are
to ban me.
Yeah,
see, that's the problem in Nigeria now. See, the Nigeria, the thing is, our problem, like I always say in Nigeria, is our when we guys keep saying our leader. No, it's the mentality of the people, man. Nigeria is a place where if you speak truth, you will hurt feelings. It's the place where if you go and campaign to be president in Nigeria today, and you are speaking 100% true, and one person next to you speaking 100% lie, that person that spoke 100% lie is who they will vote for. Why do you tend to keep voting for liars, man? And they keep complaining. So they don't understand that they need to examine their way of thinking. So when you come and speak truth to the people and they don't like it, they will start insulting you. So,
all right, thank you, Mike. I'll come back with you. But Baba Akure has joined us, but I don't think he has too much time. He's just really just wanting to put in his views. So let's just go to Baba Akure whilst we still have him now. Baba Akure, you know what the talking points are? Professor Tigbeja and all of that. The Nigerian passport, is it fit for purpose? Rochas Okorocha building a mosque, not even a mosque, a free Islamic University in Daura, and the IPOB movement threatening people if they don't sit at home. So, Baba Akure, good to have you back.
Thank you very much for having me again. I'm going to start with Professor Akintoye. When I saw saw your program this morning, I saw that and I said, no, I don't believe this. So now when I was reading the newspaper, I saw it there that Professor Akintoye left even Nigeria even 3 months before Igboho house was ransacked. Now thereafter, another news also came up and said that, oh well, I didn't run away from Nigeria. I only went to at least to support Igboho. Though I saw his picture that was taken in Cotonou during the trial, but I never knew that it has been there for that so long. I thought he went there to show his own solidarity to Igboho. But as we discussed, and as Ajan Legoko said, the man even said in his own word that he is not running away. He is old enough to go and to go. So why must he? I don't really believe that he's running away from Nigeria. Why must he? Why must he? Why must he? Why must he? Why must? I don't really believe that he's running away from Nigeria. So why must he? Why must he? Why must? I don't really believe that he's running away from Nigeria. Why must he? Why must he? Why must? I don't really believe that he's running away from Nigeria. Why must he? Why must he? Why must? I don't really believe that he's running away from Nigeria. He has everything that at least average man can have. He can feed himself. As a matter of fact, when the agitations even first started, he was even using his own money and the money that his children sent to him. So I don't really believe in that he's running away from Nigeria and all kind of thing. It is just a mockery, just a fake statement. Even last week, I have already read 2 consecutive times that some group again they brought themselves up. They called themselves Yoruba appraiser something. one funny name that one funny name, Yoruba appraiser organization or whatever they call themselves. They wrote against him that they should arrest him, they should do this, they should do that. They wrote to the National United Nations Assembly because the man is planning to go to National United Nations Assembly to present a case for Yoruba nation there. So this appraiser, whatever they call themselves now, came up and start writing letter and send it across. They claim they send it across to European Union, United States, and all kind of people. So so if the man still don't believe in that cause, why do you think we want to go to United Nations Assembly to go and present the case about Yoruba nation? So I don't think it's running away because of Buhari. If
Baba, would it be a bad thing if he did excuse himself, especially off the back of what we saw happen in Ibadan? Would it be a bad thing? It doesn't lessen him in any way, and it doesn't make him a coward.
That is true anyway. To me also, if that is the case, I will suggest also if you really want to do that, there's nothing wrong in that. No. You can re-strategize yourself and then come back again and continue your thing. But that still doesn't disturb what they are doing undergroundly. Because remember, they have paper that is going around from United States to different quarters of the world power. So I don't see it. If he excuse himself from Nigeria for the meantime, there's nothing wrong in that as well. And they can be doing their paperwork. And as a matter of fact, there was never a time that Professor Akintoye came out for rally. That is just a matter of it. So all what he did is just do the paperwork, underground work. So there was never a time. However, before everything happened, like arresting NNAMDI Kanu, trying to arrest Igboho, came to Igboho house and delivered letter and all kind of thing. They already burnt one of son property. I don't know that state, maybe Edo State or Delta State. Even the fish pond, they killed all the fish in that pond and they burned the whole house down. That was what he already experienced in Nigeria before the issue of Sunday Igboho came to place. So that is for that one. I'm going to talk about the issue of Nigerian.
Yes.
Well, if you can play us the music when Alaafin visited UK.
Okay. Is that the backdrop? Okay, let's give you your backdrop.
Yeah, you bring that in.
Àgbà kì í ṣòro bí ewé.
And then
Thank
we
you
are
very much for that.
About Ogunde. That was about Ogunde, wasn't it?
It's not. Yeah, it's not the issue of about Ogunde specifically. It's not because of his song. But you see that king that was Oni of Ife Ade Soji something. That was when he visited the United Kingdom. That was when Nigeria was Nigeria. That is why I wanted to bring that in. You see how it was being respected. You see how it was working freely. That is the type of country that we want. And that is why you are seeing this issue of agitation. The people back home, they don't know, they don't understand what is going on because they've already used to that system. They never went out, so they are not going to see the difference between one place to another place. So, coming back to the issue of Nigerian passport now, at that time that you see that video was shot, Nigeria did not need visa to go to UK, United Kingdom, even up to 1980, around 1988, 89. We still don't need visa at that time. Even if you want to go with Nigerian passport as early as 89, 93, if you still want to travel through UK to any third world country, you don't need visa. It is not what somebody told me. It is what I know. But now, before you can even travel through UK to get transit, ordinary transit, it is just like it is somebody who want one leg of tortoise. So it means you have to buy the whole tortoise. That is just like that. If you want transit visa, UK transit visa, it's like you are applying for the same visa because you need to satisfy the immigration that you are not to be abscond in UK. So that is the level we find ourselves. When I mention Antigua, you seem to say that I love this or you love that country very well. It is my country, right? That's because I lived there for many years. So I am a citizen of that country. So I know what I'm talking about. That's why I always talk about it every single time. With Antigua passport, you can go to 150 countries without visa. The same street you say in Lagos. You say it is one street in Lagos, which is true. But they can use their passport to travel to almost 150 countries in the world. But now let's come to the giant of Africa now. We can only travel to 46 countries. And which country are
and a lot of there will be mainly African countries, won't they? All these Republic.
You just shut me up, man. Let me finish, man.
Go ahead.
Out of that 46, I strongly believe that 45 of them are African countries. And what are these? Who are these African countries? Ghana, Mali. You want to go to South Africa, you will even get visa. They will even scrutinize you as if you want to go to heaven. And on getting there again, they will still like they will still treat you like something. Yeah, the only places that where Nigerian passports go to in other country, you go to Dominica, Commonwealth Government of Dominica, very close to Antigua, free visa. You go to Barbados, free visa. Even for you to enter into that Barbados self, you will sweat like a goat that they tie down. Even despite the fact that they give you an opportunity of free visa. Then you go to Tuvalu, you go to Fiji Island. Those are the countries that you can use that Nigerian passport to enter. Even Trinidad and Tobago itself, that Nigeria, when Nigeria was Nigeria, that we sent our own doctor that treated them for many years, that Nigeria is even responsible for their feeding, accommodation, and salary. In Trinidad and Tobago, you can't even go to Trinidad and Tobago without have to get visa. So that is the level we find ourselves. So, and this is the reason why you see all these things. People want new country. If Nigeria cannot, if you don't want us to leave Nigeria, then we have to break down the whole system and plan ourselves and agree. Okay, this is acceptable behaviors that we want in this country. Not just where everybody just behaving anyhow. Like I'm going to say something about what Rational Mind said, because he did mention that because of crime and stuff like that. That is true. It is part of it. And one of the most important things that we need to put into consideration is that it depends on the student. I mean, your citizens travel to a country. Do they overstay? How many of them travel? These are the things that these people put into consideration. What is the economy of your country? How many of you are eager of running out of that country? These are the things that you see the diplomatic mission of any particular country or any particular country put into consideration, either to place visa on these people or not. The whole world know today that 99.99% of Nigeria want to get out of Nigeria. So in that case, I'm very sorry. You are not going to get free visa anytime soon. Even you are not even going to get visa and that's your green passport anytime soon. You have to go to mountain and fast for 40 days.
Baba Kore, imagine for the moment they made the United States visa free for Nigerians. What do you think the population of America will be and the population of Nigeria? What do you think the population of those two?
You see
600 million.
You see all these politicians, they parading themselves. If they have free visa today, when they finish, some of them will run away. That is just the fact. Don't see them that, oh, because they are politicians, they will give them visa. They can deny. I have seen a situation whereby they deny on those state governor the UK visa during what's the name of this man, Adefarati. They denied them visa to UK. I was at liaison office in Ondo State liaison office at that time. So they can deny anybody visa for any reason. They can decide what they want. It doesn't really matter either you have no verbal from Minister of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. They don't care. If they want to deny you, they deny you. It is just that denying you is very slim. So if we have visa free today, a lot of these people will run away. Then come to that issue of Dubai. Remember, Nigeria spent a lot of money on what we call this, buying a lot of houses there, and they have estate and stuff like that. But what is the outcome? They still don't give them free visa access because they know them. They know that they are so corrupt. So that is one of the reasons. Then coming to issue of a diplomatic relationship between one country and another country, because we need to really understand this. As I said earlier, it depends on the number of people that is traveling in that specific country. Take for instance, like if you are applying for Canadian visa in Nigeria now, it may take you 8 weeks before you even get either they want to refuse you or they want to give you visa. But if you are applying for the same type of visa in any of the Caribbean country, within 2 weeks, it is 99% that they are going to give you your visa, because they know how many people traveling. Nobody. Most of the people over there, they are just like Hausa. Fly go, fly come. They just go, they come back. They don't want to stay in anybody's country, but not we. So that is the problem we are having. So there is no anytime soon that Nigeria is going to get visa free to most of the country, unless, and I said, unless we return back to that glory of the video you just showed to us, where we have job at home and we are contented with what we have. Thank you very much for that one. I'm done with that. So the next one.
The next one, Rochas Okorocha building an Islamic university in Daura. Why would you think you'll be doing such a thing? Rochas Okorocha from Imo State, of course.
Well,
building and free of charge, by the way, for the students.
Yeah. Well, the issue is that he may want to convert. I don't know his religion before. You laugh.
Malam Rochas.
Exactly. He may want to convert to Malam Rochas. So it is just game. It is just game. Remember, like somebody said on this platform, I think Ajan Legoku, We see our brother in Jagaban of Lagos. We see Nweke, all of them. So this is showing you that these people don't really care about us. They only care about what Nigeria can offer them, not what they can offer Nigeria. Whatever they can grab from Nigeria, that's what they care about. Is this not the same Rocha Okorocha? About 10, 12 years ago, or 15 years ago, when he has not become anybody that use a vehicle and run on the street, get water from distributing water to different houses in what is his state again? Is it Anambra or Enugu?
Imo State.
Imo State. And bring and had private university at that time. I mean, private school at that time. Putting people at school and all kind of things. Oh, he's going to. I said this is just a politics. The same thing is going on right now. Maybe it's fighting for vice president, or maybe he want to become president, or whatever he's trying to do. Because everybody is fighting now. Even our so-called brother, the Mumu of Aso Rock, that we believe that he doesn't even know anything.
Additional or Buhari. Oh, is it Buhari or additional?
No. Vice.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Even he himself, you can't even trust him, because he may even fighting for president now. Right now, you can't trust any of them. So what Okorocha is doing is just trying to build himself for 2023. You know, if something will come, or maybe they will make him ambassador to one country, or they will make him minister or whatever. This is what we are. This is the situation we find ourselves. They keep on rotating themselves from governor to House of Rep, or to Senate. They order from Senate to governor, then from governor to minister, so then from minister to ambassador. So it is all about games, what they can get, not about us.
Okay. What game is in play here? To the east still. The sit at home tomorrow. Solidarity by force. Sit at home, or you will regret your life. This is the thing now. This is solidarity IPOB style. What are you making of that? This threat to people.
To me, I'm sorry, I don't support that. NNAMDI Kanu, it is very unfortunate that he found himself in this position. And to me, I don't really think that it is necessary, because a lot of things will be well, they don't care to sacrifice anything anyway. But to me, I don't really see any justification about that. All what I think they can do is to have a very good lawyer, and then maybe if they are talking about protests now, I can say, well, but just shut down the whole economy, and people want to go to school, they cannot go to school, because I heard that somebody was mentioning here that some people are supposed to write NECO and stuff like that. I don't know.
Tomorrow. Yeah, no, yes, okay. Tomorrow.
So I don't think that is reasonable, because it is just that you are just using it to kill those kids. So to me, I don't really support that, because it has been a lot of things will be
Baba Kore, Mike was also making the point, and I'm curious to see if you agree or not, that this sit at home in the East, it doesn't really impact on anything other than the East. It doesn't affect Abuja. No, they don't really care if you sit at home or not, because their business is not really in the East. That a sit at home will only really affect Nigeria if it's in the oil spaces, if it's in Lagos or Abuja. So anything outside of those spaces, nobody really cares, and nobody will really give it any attention. So you can sit at home from Monday to Friday. That is entirely your own business. This is what Mike is saying.
That is true anyway. But that of Abuja, I'm not really going to support it. If it is like Lagos or one of these oil riverine area that shut down, I will say where the economy is going to be much more affected. The economy, I mean the federal government GRA or whatever they are expecting may be affected. But nevertheless, if the whole eastern part of Nigeria shut down too, it will still affect the economy. There's no doubt about that. It will still affect the economy because remember, everybody also generates something from their own area. So there is no doubt. You cannot really just say, well, there's nothing is going to happen. It affects economy. It's just that it's not going to affect the economy as that of Lagos or that of Bayelsa and oil-rich area. That is what I will say to that.
All right, brilliant. Stay with us just for as long as you can. And I know you are busy and you are in the middle of several things. Or did you see the Dunamis clip that we played?
No.
Okay, no, it wasn't really anything that's important. It was just some guy that was.
You mean the guy that was talking he saw
Nnamdi Kanu in detention.
Well, if he make claim that he saw him, I'm not going to dispute that. That is what he saw. So I'm not in position to tell.
But do you believe him? Because Mike again makes a salient point that would they just put some anyhow guy in the same wing as Nnamdi Kanu? Because of course they want to control Kanu so that he doesn't even get that much information out. So would they put him together with somebody that is able to interact with and then get information out through?
But the question that we need to understand here is that, remember, this guy that we are talking about, this guy in question is not IPOB. Is he IPOB member?
No, I don't. It didn't sound like, and it was no. It was just some random guy just protesting.
We cannot really test that. Oh, they cannot put them together. It is possible that he got the information correctly. It is possible. So if it is IPOB member now, I will say that it is not possible. It is not possible. But since it is not IPOB member, it is possible. But I will just be in the middle. Just give them 50-50. So it could be possible. It may be not. It may not.
All right. Thank you, Baba Akure. Good that you made it back. I was really hoping that you would. So that's Baba Akure. I thought you will come heavy on the Professor Akintoye one, but well done. Let's go now to
there's nothing to Professor Akintoye. I don't. It's not a coward. I don't seem to be a coward man.
You don't think that Professor Asbeja?
No. I don't really believe that. But like we said, if he decide that because we are all human anyway, if he said that's the best thing, because remember he also will have advisor that will be advising him in every location, and people from abroad will be advising him also. If he take that step, well, I'm not going to say that it did something wrong, but to me, I don't really think that is a coward man. If we want to put it in that context, I would say we should remove that. If he decided to go to US to go and relax and enjoy himself for the meantime and organize his business from there, we totally agree with that. Yoruba Nation, we have to stand no matter what.
Yes, no matter what. Yoruba Nation is bigger than anybody. So thank you, Baba Kore. Let's then take Professor Data O's soundings. He has decided to join us. Prof, are you with us?
Hello, yeah, good day to everybody in the house.
Oh, hello, Prof. Good to see you. So we're talking about Professor Akintoye being in Benin Republic.
I'm happy. I'm happy the man is there. You see, there's something I like with the agitation of Oduduwa. They have their elites backing them. I keep saying it. I'm very happy of that. Him going there is a good move. He's not displaying any cowardice attitude or shying away from being in Nigeria.
So you don't think the professor is on the run? You don't think he's on the run?
No, he's not on the run. You see, whatever media is showing, they always want to portray something that would show that they are at advantage, but they are disadvantaged. So I don't mind the media. I don't mind them. Professor Akintoye went there for a reason, and the reason, I believe, part of the reason is to stand with Sunday Igboho or whatever. So he's not running away for any reason. I don't see him running away.
All right, thank you, Prof. Let's take you
Yeah.
to the east then and comments
Okay.
on Rochas Okorocha building
You see that
Islamic
Royals
University.
Okorocha?
Eh?
You know, I've been saying it in this show. That man has an Islamic agenda. Now, what that
Come
man
on.
is doing, no, that is clear. That is
Okay.
clear. Now, one, he has an Islamic agenda. In short, let me put it like this.
Rochas
He has
Okorocha has an
displayed.
Islamic agenda.
Let me put it like let me try to make a better statement. This man has displayed trends that he has interest in Islam. I think that's a better sentence, you know. And
Do you
one
think he
thing
wants to
is clear.
convert?
You said?
Do you think he wants to convert?
I don't really think so. But one thing is clear, that man is doing this for political reasons. At this point in time, I have heard much about the man, you know, when he was nobody, when he was in Jos. But one thing I have come to find out from people, the man has a kind of interest with, you know, well, let me use the word, a link with the Fulanis and Islam. You know, that is one very clear thing. And I believe that this university is building, he's trying to make a point, you know, maybe to show that, okay, he's there for the Fulani, so that during the election time, they have a way to fix him in one way or the other. If he's not a running mate, either he would leave that post of being a senator, and maybe they make him a minister and ambassador. That's what this man is going to do. And it's a shame the man doesn't clear. He doesn't care. You know, that's why, you know, the man he has shown he's a real efulefu. And effective efulefu. Efficient in his act. So that's it.
All right.
Now,
It's just surprising, though. Yeah, I said it's surprising.
I'm not surprised of Rogers.
Even of all of these strange stories you hear out of Nigeria, you would never expect a headline to say that Rochas Okorocha is building an Islamic university.
This is a man sometimes that
completely out of, you know.
No, this is a man that sometime when they were donating money to send some Islamic people abroad, he donated money. It's not today. See, why this guy is putting hope Uzodinma was, you know, when Rogers came into power, the news didn't air it. This man was building mosques in every local government in Imo State. Not everybody knew. This man, he went to Owerri along, I don't know, it's not Douglas, but near Control. He went and built a mosque opposite one very big cathedral and Catholic church there. This man has made a lot of Islamic grounds in Imo State. So when Ihedora was on board, the Fulanis knew they needed somebody else to continue in his footsteps. That's why they brought in Hope Uzodinma. And Hope Uzodinma is, you know, playing such a role. So I'm not surprised of Rogers doing that. I'm not a bit surprised. And that is one man I can never ever support. You see, Rogers Okorocha, Ojus Okal, if the Igbo people that will come out for, I can never ever support those two. Now, for the IPOP sit at home, to me, I don't think they're forcing it. But even if they're forcing it, it's not a right idea.
Hold on. No, you can't say that. Anyone who dares to come out on Monday in the southeast will regret their life. You don't think they are forcing it?
Okay. That's whatever statement it be, let it be so. One thing is clear. I want them to take this decision, think twice. Some people may not like my statement, but I think we have to be objective. One, if there's NECO going on, they should be aware that not only Igbos are writing that NECO, it's going to affect people's results. As far as I'm concerned, if they sit at home, they should allow everybody involved in that NECO to go on with the exam. That is my own opinion. Then, I also believe that sit at home.
Do you think they should just shift it to next week? Would that not be the better thing to do?
If they could do that, I'll prefer it. I'll prefer it as far as it will not affect that NECO. As well, because exactly. You know, there's one thing there.
So let them sit the exams on Monday, and then just do
there's
your
one
sit at
thing
home the following
in
Monday.
one thing I'm worried is how if the security personnel perform in Nigeria. Most of the time they don't perform in a civic way. Some things that are not meant to cause commotion, they start causing unnecessary commotion, and that will affect the kind of will I call it the circumstances at the point in time, which may not favor people. So that is my biggest worry about it. But to me, the sit at home is okay. But to me, I think they should think of another means, to show the federal government about this capture of NNAMDI Kanu and how he's being unnecessarily detained, as far as I'm concerned. So
Okay,
that's
talking
it.
about the capture of NNAMDI Kanu, I'm sure you would have seen that clip of the Dunamis returnee from the DSS facility uh, coming to give account of his interaction with NNAMDI Kanu. Did you see that clip?
Yes, I saw that clip. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I would prefer to say in the middle. There's something Mike said, and that is true. It's his lawyer that was seeing him, and how can such an individual get sight of him? That's one. And what Baba Akure said is also true.
May I say
There's still
something?
a possibility
Doctor,
of them putting the man where Kanu is. But there's one thing I know, and we all know that, as far as I'm concerned, the Nigerian security outfit in such matters, sometimes they're careless. Nnamdi Kanu, yes, I agree he committed a crime, but I still believe he can be put in a place where he will be mingling with other people. Do you understand?
Okay,
So
well, I find that difficult to believe, but I think
let me say something.
Rational Mind wants to come in. Yeah.
Professor Dataro, can I give you some points? Yeah.
yes.
Hold on, Baba Akure. I think Rational Mind wanted to come in. So let him come in, and then you come in, Baba Akure.
Yeah, please. So, you see, when Mike was making that comment, I was like, when you say ordinary person, I mean, no, nobody's ordinary, my brother. I just want to comment on that because these are people who are freedom fighters or people who are struggling for the same cause, even though they have a different route to their cause that we're all fighting for. Then on that, and then talking about what Professor Dataro said about his lawyer could not see him. Yes, somebody who is already in there, no doubt will be able to see the other inmates. But you from outside might not be able to see them or see your
that's true.
you have it there. So we should look at it from that perspective. I want to believe, even from the very, very first day when they were released, when those guys were released, he was given a kind of an account of his experience in that DSS dungeon there, how they were maltreated and they were fed engine oil, whatever they call it. And so what I'm just trying to say is that, yes, his lawyer might not see him because they are not in there. They're not in there, but people who are in there, who are already in there, who are inmates in that cells or whatever holding area they have them hold up, they should be able to see each other, no doubt, perhaps. Because I understand they said the DSS facility it's a miserable place that they don't even have enough facility to even house people. They have to even bungle people, and people allow people to sleep in the same cell and bungle all of them together. You can imagine that kind of a country.
All right, thank you. Baba Akure, I think he has specialism in that area, so he wants to come in. Baba Akure, you wanted to say something?
Well, like a woman said, and what Rational Mind said, I want to make that point when I was making that assertion too. It is quite possible that they have way because they have way of communicating with one another anyway. Even if the cell is just beside one another, there is a way of them still be able to communicate with one another. However, we should not forget that this DSS department, I can bet it with you, we will have some people also that will be in line with Nnamdi Kanu. There's no doubt about that. You could see some people there, some officers there that will really be okay, that be sympathizer. That even Nnamdi Kanu can I talk to this guy? And I can tell you they will bring that in when their boss is not there. That is quite possible, and that is what is going on when people are in jail. the place the place is a very funny place. So when your boss is not there, you can see shipping and let them have conversation and stuff like that. Or maybe when they are trying to bathe, they can
Yes.
maybe pass it in front of
Yes.
one another. They can, oh, officer, I would just want to ask this man's question, and they can just bust something to one another within even few minutes. You will even know, or they can just pass some information to one another, or maybe paper or something like that nature. So it is possible that happens. So that is what I'm going to contribute to that.
All right, thank you, Papa Kore. Yeah, you were saying about the video clip. You are not convinced, Prof.
No, I'm not saying I'm not convinced. I'm looking at it in two ways. You understand? But to me, if I'm to go for a portion of it, I believe much more that guy may have had the contact with him. Because what the guy is saying is not countering what we have heard from NNAMDI Kanu. Do you understand?
What about the fat-bottomed Kenyan girls that he was talking about?
Did he say that Kanu went after them? He didn't say the Kanu went after them.
No, he was saying Kanu was denying that he went to Kenya to chase women.
Yes, that is true. That's not what NNAMDI Kanu went to Kenya. He never went there to chase women. So
what did he go there for? Do we even know
I don't know, but if you listen to his lawyer, what he said in Igbo, he used a word in Igbo that means meeting. Meeting. One of his conversation, where Kanu went there, he just used an Igbo word which means meeting. So that's what he would. I agree with what Barrister Igbo Ejiofor. He used a word in Igbo that means meeting. So I think so. I don't think he went to Kenya to do such a thing. All
right. But that is a more interesting story now. It's more interesting to imagine that he was caught in Kenya whilst chasing fat-bottomed girls.
I don't believe it. That Kenya, I don't go. Their ladies, are they nice looking?
I don't know. I've been
there. They're not. If you want nice looking ladies, as far as I'm going to go to Addis Ababa
or Rwanda. Rwanda.
No, Addis Ababa, Rwanda. I've been there, but at least Addis Ababa. At least I've been there. So you don't tell me that one.
All right. Thank you, Prof. So then, to the Nigerian passport versus the Ghanaian passport, and the Ghanaians having free pass to Dubai whilst they continue to hammer down on the Nigerians. So just the different direction that these two
thanks for reminding me that. I want to speak at length at that. See, when a place becomes that there's no job, it will make the people to begin to. You see, if Nigeria has sense, if they want to solve this agitation a bit or make people forget agitation, let them create jobs. Now, you know I'm saying this. Now people go to Dubai because they have no jobs and so on. Nigeria is always flooding going there. And people go there getting engaged in crimes. Not only that, you are all aware there's some people that arrange for people to go to Dubai. They sign one kind of agreement. They send them there. They work for maybe 5 years, this, that, and so on.
They seize their passports, don't they?
They seize their passport. Nigeria has lost their dignity. That is it. So I'm not surprised Ghana is giving free visa, because the Ghanaians are, when I went to Ghana, they are more they are more focused in doing things. It's not that they have the money, but they've decided to be more focused. We all know what happened then, and that led to the Ghana must go palaver. And I learned it was under Buhari's regime. It was under the same Buhari's regime. And now he's under his same regime that Ghana is disgracing him. We all know what happened last year. They vandalized, the embassy in Ghana. What happened? So Ghana, they're living up to expectation. They have electricity. There's more security there. The police people are more civic there. What else? Their pure water in Ghana, they sell it in coins equivalent. So what else?
When Vin Maxwell came here the last time, he was narrating to us a story about his friend. He said his friend got drunk in the city center. The police picked him up, but then what did they do? They drove him home and handed him to his wife. This is in Ghana. You know, the guy got drunk and was a bit disorderly in the city center. The police picked him up, put him in their car, and drove him home and handed him to his wife.
You see it? You see it? So, these things are things. The problem there is that our government just doesn't care. That is what's paining me. They just don't care. They just
Imagine
don't
that
care.
in Nigeria, the police will either rob him at that spot, or
Your item will be lost. Number
they
one,
will rob all of his
it
family,
is so
asking him,
the
"It's a
Ghanaians,
suspect, it's an armed
and it's
robber."
a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And Ghana, Zimbabwe, I have been to. You know, Ghana has free visa to Zimbabwe. Are you aware? They have free visa to Zimbabwe. Though they got it costly because the late what's his name,
Mugabe.
Yeah, that the late president married a Ghanaian. Yeah, I
Mugabe.
remember going there in this town, Bulawayo. I think I saw a school named after the woman. So that's it, So the Ghanaians, they will be making more exploits. Okay, we all know Dunlop left Nigeria, they went to Ghana. Michelin left Nigeria, they went to Ghana.
Yes,
This
Ojo, they're in Ghana.
Yo,
Twitter,
why
they're in
can't
Ghana.
they
The vaccine,
think
there is
of
in Ghana.
bringing back these
Dubai
people?
is in Ghana. Everybody is in Ghana.
And the thing that's paining me is not that Nigerians don't patronize Dubai. If you have been to the airport or traveling, it's not that I'm boasting. Just be there when they say, I'm just going to Dubai. Arise, see the crowd. Just see the crowd going to Dubai, and we're getting this. It's because of this bad governance and so on. But it pains me. They are doing nothing to turn this thing around. Nothing, absolutely.
It's getting worse, not better. That's just even the more tragic part of
You
it.
know, it will come to an extent. They will nobody be using the word as worse. We have to look for a better word. It's not. I'm not. It's just too bad. Just
all
too
right.
bad.
Thank you, Prof.
I have a question for you.
Let's hear quickly from Lead co-part, and then
No
we'll start
problem.
to round off. So, Lead, to you, your thoughts on the talking points, Lead?
Yeah, I think that I think the shutdown I think should happen because the Igbo people, the shutdown would show them strength, show Nigerian government that this is stop what they're doing, stop killing innocent people, and I'm kind of why that's why I believe. And I don't believe in Nigeria. I think Nigeria is gonna split in 2023. That's why I believe.
Okay. So you think that it should shut down, but
Yeah.
no, you think that it will shut down, but do you think that it should shut down? The shut down on Monday. Do
Yes,
you
I
think
think.
it should take effect, given the
Yeah.
fact that as students are set to take key and important exams on that day? So do you think it should take place when that important thing is meant to happen on that day?
Yeah, I think it should take place because the shutdown means something. It should take place. Because what's the
And
point?
then
If you
what
don't,
then happens to the students that are not able to take the exam?
I think the students take the exam, but I think the shutdown should happen
No,
with
you
the
can't
grown
have both, can you? Because the students will have to take their exams in schools, and the schools, they have just told us now, must shut down.
Yeah.
So what do you think should happen?
Then the school should, I think the school should be shut down too, as I believe.
So what
So
then happens to those students who are done? And it's an annual exam, by the way, so it's not something you can do next week. It's a nationwide exam. So if you don't do it on that day, then you wait till next year. So what
no,
should happen to those people?
I think the shutdown is basically for the kids generation, basically for the kids generation, because they will be affected if
So
they don't.
so you're happy to sacrifice a year of their life. You're happy to sacrifice a
Yeah.
year of those students' life.
Yes, because it's for the generation to save them from being
Right.
killed, for them to have freedom to believe in the cause, to believe for better Nigeria or better country together. Yeah, if one start
But you're not
revolution,
willing to sacrifice the sit at home for those students. You are not willing to sacrifice that.
I'm saying if you want revolution, you gotta start from somewhere. You gotta start by bit by bit.
Right. Which one carries more weight to you, late? This student's future or this sit at home that may or may not mean anything, and a lot of people feel that it would not mean anything? Which one carries more weight? Which one is more important? You know?
I think it's still, but you know that in Nigeria, most graduates don't have a job in Nigeria. You know that
Right.
when
So people should just jettison education then. Why bother getting an education? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, because
So they
government is not
shouldn't get an education.
they should get, but the government's not helping them.
Right.
After they graduate, they don't get a job. Like in
Right.
America,
So,
if you
but
go to
they should get an education anyway.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
they
So, how do
should.
they then get that education if they don't get to sit exams?
Like I think that the school probably to the school should make a special day to remember the lives of people who are lost, who were killed. They should have a day to remember the lives of lost. Like in America, they have a day to remember the life and lost people who got killed. They should have that in Nigeria. They don't have it.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you've given full thought to these things, but I can understand that the romance of this sit at home and the romance of resistance and all of the excitement of that space. But if you go down to the real life actual impacts of these things, the real life actual impacts is what we're just describing now. These students that may or may not be of the thought that IPOB is propelling, if they may not be of that ideological stance, they may not even be wanting of Biafra, but nevertheless, outside of completely their will and control, their education is going to be truncated by decisions that is not either their want or their will or something that are, I mean, so
Yeah,
this is the real life impact of some of these things, late.
I know, but you gotta understand that if you look at Southeast Nigeria, it's undeveloped. It's not developed in
Have you
Southeast.
been there?
Yes,
How
it's
long
bad.
ago and for how long?
A few years ago, it's kind of sad when
And
you
for
go
how
there
long? For how long were you there?
for 2 weeks.
Okay, so you've been to the southeast for 2 weeks. Which part
Yeah,
of the southeast did you go?
Anambra.
Anambra. Whereabouts in Anambra?
I don't remember. It was a long
Okay.
time ago.
Okay, so then you were probably in your teen years, your early teens, thereabout. Were you a teenager then?
Um, I I don't remember because I've been here my whole life. I haven't been in Nigeria a while, so I don't know.
Okay. Um, was that your first and only time ever in Nigeria? This time you're
Yeah,
describing.
yes.
Okay, so you've only been to Nigeria for a few weeks and you have strong views on the Biafra.
My opinion, of Biafra is that if Nigeria wants to
How
be
did
in
you
the
arrive on? Sorry to keep I mean, you follow, so you know I interrupt.
yeah
How did you arrive at your opinions on Biafra? Because we've already established that you've only ever spent 2 weeks of your life in Nigeria, in Anambra. So how have you arrived at these fixed views that you've come here? Because this is not the first time you've come to express your views, and they're consistently as you're expressing them now. So, how did you arrive at these opinions that you're sharing with us now?
I
How did
arrived
you?
at I arrived at this opinion by I usually look up Nigeria every time to know what's going on in the country.
Why is that? You are American. You have nothing to do with Nigeria.
I'm not an American.
Well, you sound both by birth and by inclination. You've
I'm
just told us
Nigerian.
now. Huh?
I'm a Nigerian, not American.
Are you sure you're Nigerian or a Biafran?
Kedu Kineme.
Ah, look at that. Eh? You've been practicing, Abi. Eh?
Yeah.
Look at rascality. You are doing. Are you doing rascality? Okay, fair
One
enough. I'm not
man.
giving you. Eh? Eh? He's been practicing. He's been prepping that one. Eh? Eh? But no, you're entitled to your opinions, but I just want to know how you arrive at them. But I have to say, I disagree with you that students should be made to sacrifice a year of schooling just
Yeah.
for an ideal that they may not
Or
necessarily
or
share. Yeah.
or or they could change the shutdown day. They could change it to like the weekend.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Or change
Yeah,
it just to a different Monday to just allow these students to sit their exams.
yeah,
That would make more sense.
yeah. They should put like in the weekend where the students are not in school.
All right. All right. Thank
Uh,
you, late. Late.
uh, and I
Good.
also agreed, like when you were saying like those threatening people to come out to sit down. I think that's wrong. You shouldn't threaten. You shouldn't threaten people. You should in a nice way.
Because it defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah,
If you are saying people should show solidarity
yeah,
and you are holding them at gunpoint to show solidarity, then they are not showing solidarity, are they? They are being compelled by
yeah,
force, with force, to take a position that they may or may not want to take. So they either
yeah,
show solidarity by free will or they don't. That is what solidarity means. Not
yeah,
that if you come out, then we will gun you down on the streets. As
yeah, yeah. I agree with that too.
Okay, we seem to agree on a lot.
Yeah.
Well done. Good to hear from you. Always come and share your thoughts with us. It's an open space. You have an interest in this space, and we are keen to hear your voice. So, thank you, Late Copat. I'm glad we got the chance at least to have the interaction, but we were seeking to close down. So hopefully we hear from you again in the future. So, Late Copat, ladies and gentlemen. So we start to round off, and we go from Professor Data O to Rational Mind, and then Baba Kure, as ever, will shut it down for us. So, Prof, quick words from everyone, starting with Prof.
Okay, if I'm to say anything, number one, the matter of Nigeria seeing Ghanaians earning free visa to go to Dubai shouldn't come as a surprise. It's as a result of the bad governance. Because as far as I'm concerned, if there are any people that ought to have been given free visa to go to Dubai, it's Nigeria. Dubai is a nice place. I love the place. I've been there before. One man, don't say I'm showing off. It was a nice place to
No,
go
no,
to.
me too. I've been there too. I couldn't
Yeah,
go out in the afternoons though because it was just so hot. When we went
yeah.
to I was there with my wife. When we went to the Gold Souk, you'll be amazed. We saw all these, all those Iya Isaleko women that their skin are half bleached. You know those
Mm-hmm.
two-tone skins. Those are larger types. We saw them in the Gold Souk, and you saw Nigerian flags on some of the Gold Souks. And this Isaleko woman, she was just sat, and all of these Pakistani Arabs were just gathered around her, fawning around her, giving her chocolate, biscuit, tea, and then they're just lining up all these banks of gold. She was just yeah, it was a sight to see at
Yeah.
Dubai.
It's
Yeah.
just a pity that our government prefers to see our citizens go down. Our citizens have their dignity thrown into the trash. I just don't know. But the main thing there is that it's a pity that the government is spending much more time doing things they ought not to do. As far as I'm concerned, the capture of both Igboho and Kanu, they think they're the problem. They were never the problem. The problem still lies. As I keep saying it, what Mbaka said, arrest what made Kanu start agitating. A change will come. But it's a pity they ensure that change will just not come because they don't want it. Now, I will also speak on the aspect of the sit at home. Please, I will also say in the southeast, wherever the sit at home is going on, they should ensure those that are involved in the exam have nothing to do with the sit down. All the people that are involved in the examination, from invigilator to supervisors to teachers, they should allow those people have their exam. It's very important because there's one thing in life. If these people lose the exam, this guy lose out in taking it, they're going to cry out. And that cry will reach heaven, and it will one way or the other affect them. They can still do the sit at home, and those guys will take the exam. That is what I want. I don't want those that are taking the exam tomorrow to be affected. No. Then for the prof in Benin Republic, I also say good move. They should keep on and ensure that Igboho is out of that place. You understand?
All right.
And Nigerians should realize that this country just want, they're ready to fail, that failed us. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody to their taste so Israel. This nation doesn't want to give us, and that's why people ought to agitate, and the agitation will go on. That's my words. I wish everybody the best.
All right. Thank you, Prof. Always good to hear from you, Prof. So,
Yeah.
Rational Mind, your thoughts, just quick words. Rational Mind, thank you.
Yeah, for me, I think a lot have been said. People have, especially Adeline Coco, the way he expresses his mind on things. I must say, he speaks with uh, as an authority on certain topics, which I must say I admire in him. Um, well, concerning Akintoye, I well, whatever be the case, either he's running for his life or not. Well, we're going to see how that turns out. If truly, like he said, he will be back. But I just hope that even there in Benin Republic, his life is not being haunted because you see these idiots in power. There's nothing they cannot do. If they want to reach you, they will reach you. I mean, even in Benin Republic, there they can do that. Um, it's a matter of just having some people train and go there and then go do the job. So, but I just hope the man is safe wherever he is, and nothing, no harm reaches him. Um, on the southeast matter, I think, like I keep saying, these guys needs to be strategic about how they're going about this whole agitation thing, wanting the Biafra or not. You know, need to be strategic about it because as long as they continue with this same propaganda and this flip flop. They do one thing here, another person says something here, counters here. You know, it will continue making people who should we should kind of like see them as freedom fighters. I mean, people will not take them serious because if Kanu Bra could be saying one thing and Emma Powerful is saying another thing, then you start wondering. Didn't these people consult each other before they suddenly start um, I mean, displaying their something in the public or what? So I just hope that I just hope and I wish they would all work together in concert rather than one person doing his own thing here. I mean, based on this, their so-called Republican nature that they said they have.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
so something they should consider as well. So I think that's all for now.
All right. Thank you, Rational Mind. And thank you for staying all the way through. So that was Rational Mind. He sums it up succinctly. So there's not much more that I can add on to what he has just said. Hoping that our common sense prevails, especially with the sit at home tomorrow, and especially mostly as it pertains to students that are sitting important exams in their journey through life. So certainly, hope our common sense prevails. But then, of course, but that is more in hope than in expectation, because when have you ever known it to be the case that common sense prevails in anything that is Nigerian? So tomorrow we gather again to come and discuss the fallout of all of the things that we have just discussed today. So I'll leave you here. Carry the conversation on within the comment section, but here I say peace.